and say that on today's episode of Let's Talk FGO, well, we've got a shoot-in banner. That's cool, I guess. That's a thing that happened.
It's great.
Yeah, it's nice. Hi. That's it, by the way. That's it, and we're going to do mail because I'm Omega, he's Lucky, and we will be your mailmen today. That's it. That's the show.
Yeah, no, Lucky always looks good in uniform. But I hope everyone's enjoying Fate Grand Order, a.k.a. Waver's work is never done. Ever. And what we here at Studio Omega like to bring you the latest in FGO-related news and memes. We will be talking about current and future events for both the JP and EM version of the game. So anyone not wanting spoilers, go share a drink with a noni.
Drink. Yeah, so that's, really where we got. We're just going through, doing stuff. I need to pad a little more time because that we got through all the intro in like 30 seconds. But now is a perfect time for me to remind everybody this episode is brought to you by patrons like Adam DeHarp, Ianka Comics, Architect 10, Blacklist OG, Carlos, Quad, Jeremy Vasquez, Kylie Denton, Legendary Boss Hunter, Rogue Robin, Shawnee P, some guy named Bob, Sodasan, 0424, 723, Video Game Star, and Zach Reed. If you like what you want to see more, consider supporting on Patreon. You get access to episodes early and lots of very good episodes. Thank you for support, everybody.
Thank you. I'm not cracking my energy drink right now because I just took a big old gulp of water, and I drank one earlier because Lucky Sleep was not good. 4 a.m. people got to see sassy ass fucking Lucky, and they were surprised.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't. I also had a lot of tossing and turning, a lot of weird sleep. I get sleep episodes where it's like fever dreaming, only I'm not feverish. Where just you pass in and out of consciousness, and you think you're thinking about stuff, but you're really asleep and you're not thinking about stuff. And when you think back to what you're thinking about, you're like, "What the fuck was wrong with me? I was definitely asleep just then."
No, Lucky definitely had that moment.
Anyway. Yes, I have bought enough time that I can now say a certain word, and we will go check in with everybody's favorite Kohai.
Senpai! 起きてください.
That's right, everybody, it's time for Wake the Fuck Up Senpai, our regular segment for pro tips. Pro tips. So September's login ticket items are, in case you haven't noticed already, though that would have been quite a few days before the rollover, so I don't think we could have said it last week. But it's gunpowder seeds and homunculus babies. I'm sure plenty of people need some of those things.
Surprisingly, I'm lowest on homunculus babies.
Same. Did somebody from Summer 3 need those?
Maybe.
Is that maybe it?
I don't know.
Because I got like 120 gunpowder. I haven't used it in a hot second.
I got like 90. I think I have like 70-something seeds. I only have like 30-something bibbies.
Yeah, you definitely were using them for somebody.
Somebody.
I'm not quite that low on any of them, but I might be, because this event is giving me skill gems, so... Skill gems and monuments. Who knew? But I have my second pro tip, because I actually did this, is consider cleaning your friends list occasionally.
You say cleaning, but... you say cleaning, but from what I understand, you want to fucking purge.
I may have crusaded a little. I was getting a little tired of seeing Summers and Scotties, useless Scotties, in my friends list. Like, on, day 2 of the event, it's the second full day the event has started. And I'm like, y'all, all this shit's permanent. Where's the effort? And then I got on my friends list, and, one, I made sure to lock all the mods of our server, just to add them to the list. Now, Lucky and the mods are locked, just for, keep the community together. And then it was I checked literally every support list. Well, not literally every. If they had a clearly... Well, actually, no, I did have to, that's right, because, most people had normals that's displayed. But I checked everybody's support list. If they were lazy and only had one setup that was both support and event, and clearly wasn't the setup for this event, threw those people out. Anybody who still had their Summer 3 setups, after a week and some change, threw those people out. And basically anybody who put no effort whatsoever to set up for the event, gone. Trash. So hey, if you've been removed from my friends list, I think I still got 20 slots open. And I got rid of yeah, I think it was over 20 people. I went down from the max is 76 right now? 78?
I have 79.
Yeah, I think I'm a master level below you, so it's 78 for me. I went down to 55, 56. I yeeted a lot of people. I was just not dealing with it. Usually I only purge people for inactivity, but I was just so sassy about the event setup. I don't know why, but I was just alright, I'm getting tired of it. I don't care. You need to show some effort. Yeah, you had your setup. I think most of the people here had their setup set up. My friend code, and Lucky's friend code, but I'm sure he's full right now, are at the bottom of every show.
Lucky's actually going to go on a purge right now, because during my last stream, people put in a request for support rating. And I don't know why people like this. People want me to get sassy at the supports, I guess. But I'm going to do it.
Aren't people willing to pay money for that?
I don't know.
But
I don't
yeah.
know. Maybe I'll show like get a membership and I'll rate your support. I don't fucking know. All right, so
That's
all
us
right,
most of the time, not knowing. But yeah, this is just much like everything else in your life. Sometimes you need to occasionally look at your friends list, realize you have like 75 friends who probably aren't actually your friends, and just clean them out of your life a little bit. Do a little spring cleaning.
All right,
Honestly,
so this person
it's probably because I was doing cleaning. I cleaned out like under my bed and the inch thick of dust on all my boxes, swept it all away, put some boxes inside some boxes. I'm very clean and organized lately.
All right,
but yeah,
actually,
that's my great Yeetus story.
All right, Lucky's gonna go on a Yeetus story now. Well, not a Yeetus story, but I'm going on a crusade. So everyone, give me those Days Volt in chat. Lucky keeps making more emotes because now that he has a theme, he can just fucking pop them out.
And the theme is hats.
The theme is hats. So we have Comrade, which is the Russian Ushenka. Then we have the Hold, which is the Pope hat. I actually gotta clean that one because for some odd reason the lines on it are like 3 times as thick as the other emotes. I'm like, what was I drinking? And then we have Deus Volt, which is just the good old Templar helmet, and it's great. I love it. But people have actually put in requests to actually maybe get like all of them on a shirt. I'm like, that could be entertaining. I might do that. Once I get like 9 hats, because then I'll do a 3x3 gid and be like the mini hats of tyranny. That's a thought.
Yeah, we could do lots of different stuff. Some people have been asking about more merch, which we're always open to. We just don't sell enough of our merch that already exists, so we're a little skittish, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we gotta up the quality.
Yeah, it doesn't take us too much, but Tyranny Bunny's already on a shirt. We've only sold like 2 of those ever. Check out our merch, by the way. Link is in the video description always. Pop in, check it out.
Why?
What? What triggered Liz?
I don't know. Liz, we have a bot in our Discord just called LizBot.
Yes, I think she was made by somebody on the FGO subreddit. She's very helpful, honestly. We have a whole little channel for her, and she will tell you mats requirements, all kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah, but once in a while...
But yeah, she's coded with certain prompts to occasionally spit out some answers. If you mention the Archer class, for instance, please don't spam that in Patreon channel. But if you mention Archer class, she has a couple of canned responses. But yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm looking at this person. They have all events servants except Scotty. I'm just like,
some people are honestly, those people just need validation for their Save for Scotty memes. The not getting Scotty in that big thing has definitely made me I don't know about embittered, but definitely like very judgy towards Scotty people. Just like, you can't go anywhere without hitting like 50 Scotties, and I'm just like, fuck you. I can't double Scotty. She's useless to me. Because Scotty doesn't do that much. Fuck, I don't even know if I could double Scotty properly. I only have NP1 Zircalad. I can't. Whatever the crazy bug levels are, it doesn't really work for me. It's weird. Anyway.
I don't know. Like I said, because I'm looking at this one guy, Akira, you on my friends list, you stay in. They have Scotty on their regular support. Mm-hmm. I'm like, no, that's fair. But they have, who was it? They have Merlin on their event supporter. I'm just like,
I mean, it's okay if you don't own Waver, I guess. Still weird.
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of FP out of Waver on my event list.
And their Merlin still has Chaldea Tea Time on it. So I'm just like, but everything else is nice and fancy. I'm just like,
I know some people still do that, right? They still put the special CEs, but I would really just prefer drops. Give me more currency, please. There's so much currency and there's so much to buy. All right, I'm going to bully some insects. Anyway, that was Pro Tips.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Records from the Throne, our regular achievement topic. So I got Caster, and this is actually important. People have been talking about it since I mentioned it. It is actually pronounced with a J sound, Jills.
Oh, it is
Giles, if you want to be incredibly Anglo about it, which I will be. So I got Caster Giles on my first ticket. Not much else. Both times, by the way. Both on my initial batch of tickets and then the monthly tickets the next day. I've got him at like NP3 or 4 now. Not much else. Not much else to write home about. That's okay. I didn't put it in all the World's Evil. It was only like 25-ish tickets overall. Over 20. Somewhere between 20 and 25. I did get another copy of Volumen. That's cool. I got like 4 Innocent Maidens in a row. That was a little freaky. Some people are like, but that's a good CE though. And I did not say it, but my personal reaction, which I will communicate now, was, but I already have it MLB. So I'm like, okay, that's not really that helpful. It still came 4 in a row. But yeah, that was just what I did, and I've been very slow to earn EXPs because I'm trying to buy all the little event tchotchkes so I don't have to fuck with them later. So I've been a little slow on buying EXPs out of the shop, so I haven't really leveled anybody yet. But I got Caster Giles. My collection grows ever closer to complete. How about you, Luxon?
I'm sorry, I'm looking at this person's event setup, and there is not a single event. Oh, wait, no. Artoria's on there. That's it. I'm just like, everything else is just SSRs. I'm like...
Do they have CEs, at least?
They have CEs.
Okay.
They also have 5 Before Awakenings. I'm just like, wild.
Ow. Ouch.
But all Lucky did was protected Okitan's smile. It's like, finally got that out of the way. He continues to work very, very slowly. Like, I didn't actually roll on this banner. I actually talked about a little of this on stream. I don't have a rampaging need for Saber Diarmid or Iskander. Like, I have plenty of sabers, and
Diarmid's cool, but he's permanent.
Yeah.
Isn't he single target? If he is, I'm not averse to more single target sabers, but I don't need him. He's just cool. He's a cool guy.
And for AoE Buster Rider, I have Drake. I have MP4 Drake.
I don't have that many Drakes, but I do also have a Drake, yes. Iskander's cool, and I did a wanted on him. Which technically, I believe, will do better than the original. It's not doing super great, that wanted, since we're diverted about that really quick. But it's up there, and honestly, I think the only reason why the first version of the Iskander one did any good anyway was just because it's the front of the playlist.
Mm-mm.
So I'm assuming with time, this one will probably overcatch that, but still not do super great. That's okay, I didn't expect it to. Still, it was a test. Some people are open to some of that stuff, and they did like some of the improvements I did. If you do actually watch Wanted, I do encourage you to check it out at least, even if you don't actually care about Iskandar, just because I did some formatting changes because people talked to me about wanting to know ascension mats and skill mats and stuff, so I kind of added that to the infographic. So if you want to see what the setup is and offer me commentary, check the video out. You don't have to watch the whole thing, just pop it open, because feedback is important. Anyways, I think that's all our Chivos and other stuff. So, let's go ahead and move on to, did you finish your master missions?
Hey.
Which almost assuredly you did. I don't know how you couldn't. Other than maybe this first part, hey, remember to do 30 FP summons. Hunt for that Angra. That Angry Mango. Then you need to defeat 15 Knight class enemies. Not servants or bosses. So, archers, sabers, lancers. Then defeat 30 of them. And then I'm going to need you to defeat 15 cavalry class enemies. That is, Raiders, Casters, Assassins, and Berserkers. And then defeat 30 more of them. And then defeat 8 servants. So, do the event! Also, this event's been going on for almost a week. I don't know how you haven't done it. Because there's no extra class enemies in this, I think, except there's one boss fight with Angry Mango himself, so... And even then, he would count as a servant, so I think you literally can't not be working on these, other than the FP one. But yeah, so that's that.
Oh, let me log burn. It's actually funny, I didn't actually look at the name, I was just looking at the, support setup, and I was like, who has a level 100 Saint... Oh...
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I made sure to luck burn also, because I know that one of our mods burn. She's not as active as she wants to be sometimes, but it's important not to delete people who are cool.
Yeah, no, she's cool.
But yeah, that's your master missions.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can just power right on into skelegrams.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, I just want to note, Lucky, somehow we made this go for 15 minutes before we got to news.
Listen, Lucky has activated the Faff.
I mean, yeah, it's true. We have basically no show after this. Yeah. I'm kind of glad Mailbag exists, because otherwise, wow. We'd probably have a 45-minute show. But yeah, so, in North America, they have surprise announced the Shuten Doji Rank Up Quest Commemorative Pickup Summon. I did copy and paste that. It will be running from 9/6 to 9/20. God, that's long, too. That's they're giving us 2 weeks. Usually this stuff's only 1 week in Japan. It's the KOMF banner. Which, Lucky, you looked up what that stood for. Do you remember?
Yeah, it's a Kyoto International Manga Anime Fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's an event that is usually held in Japan annually. I say usually because, Backstreet Boys Reunion Tour.
Let me actually double check 2020 here. Let me see. What did they do?
But they usually, I believe, have an FGO panel and an FGO presence, a Type Moon presence, so they usually get a tie-in banner to celebrate, which usually has Japanese servants on it. So this banner will have Shuten, Raiko, Yagyu Midori, Master of Sitting, and Izo on Raid Up. No special CE Raid Up. Shuten will also get a rank up, which is probably why they're doing it as a separate event, but she'll get a rank up to her NP, which will increase the damage multiplier, and also adds the poison increasing debuff, corroding poison. So now her poison damage does more damage. Let me actually look up how much more damage that is while Lucky is double checking the schedule. We'll check things together.
Looking at it, it doesn't seem like it's canceled, but it might be restricted?
I could see that. I could see them limiting the number of people or something like that.
Yeah, no, let's see here. Let me double check the actual website here. Go Google Translate!
Yeah, okay, so Shuten's NP goes from 450 to 600%, the usual buff. And then it also inflicts corrosive poison for 5 turns to all enemies. So all enemies take 100% poison damage, so double poison damage. So her poison damage basically goes from 1k for 5 turns to 2k. Which, by the way, that would be... hey, talking about making damage over time good and stuff, her max at 500% overcharge is 5k poison, which with the rank up would be 10k for 5 turns, so 50,000 damage. That's not insignificant on an AoE.
No.
So yeah, that's the secret. Overcharge and modifiers. Her NP5 modifier is 900% damage.
They have a manga museum? Excuse. I want to go.
Of course they got a manga museum.
Yeah, but I want to go!
Well, we'll go there eventually, when we can travel internationally again.
Yay!
I don't think I want to get on a plane for a while.
Well, considering that a fucking boat just sank, I don't think I want to get on a boat either.
Travel's scary.
It's scary.
When will they invent the teleporter? Or when will Elon Musk build a tunnel, a hyperloop, ultra-fast sea tunnel to Japan? You know he'll do it. He's a madman.
He is a fucking madman. But yeah, no, it looks like it's still going. Just looks like some things might have got closed down and access restricted. So yeah, shoot. Speaking of which, now that I think about it, yeah, it's September 19th to September 20th. So actually, fucking JP should probably be announcing their
if they're going to do a tie-in, because that's the thing, right? Guys, we're basically done with this news. We were talking about how there's no JP news because there's still 3 or 4 days left on the summer event. They've announced they will have maintenance after on the what was it? We got that hook in there. On the 7th, they'll have maintenance. That's a lot actually. That's a 5-hour maintenance.
They're preloading something.
Yeah, they're preloading something. So it does seem like it's about time for them to do a KMF tie-in. I wonder who they'll put on Raid Up.
Oh, as we mentioned, they like to do Japanese servants usually.
Yep.
Who's the Japanese servant that came out recently? That might want to maybe a Murasaki and Sei Shonagon? Maybe. I can see that. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. Lucky will make a ballpark. I'll say they'll do a Murasaki and Sei Shonagon banner.
Ooh, it could be. Yeah. Technically, were they both on Raid Up for Valentine's earlier this year? Could have been, but that also doesn't stop them because Izo's on this banner up for us, and he was only introduced earlier this year. So yeah, could be, maybe. Who's hoping?
Here's hoping.
That would also be relevant since Summer Murasaki.
Mm-hmm. Or I do a Hokusai Raid Up too.
Could also, yeah. I don't know if Hokusai's had a Raid Up in a while. Could also be relevant. I know we seem like we're doing a lot of build up for extra classes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hokusai is super popular. But let's see. We're about 20 minutes in. I think it's time to do a mailbag or something, Lucky.
Oh, we're gonna do a mailbag or something? Well, let me just put on my mailman hat. Should I make a mailman too? Wait, what is even I'll think about it later. This is not the time. Or is it the time?
It's just Tyranny Rabbit holding a sack.
Or is it Tyranny Rabbit stamp?
Ooh, that could be it. Because eventually we could probably... I don't know if we could sell legal postage. That's probably a whole thing, but...
Anyway,
we could do a thing. Anyway, continue.
So, it is time for this week's Let's Talk FGO mailbag for September 4th, 2020. Surprisingly, we got less entries than usual. I don't know, maybe people are feeling a little miffed that we didn't read theirs last night, or maybe just people didn't have any questions. I don't know, but we only got 25. But because the show is not going to be very much otherwise, we're going to get through them all. So, you see this timer? You see it in my hand? You don't actually. Well, I just threw it on the ground.
Okay, I have a stopwatch too for Let's Play stuff. I was thinking about throwing it away, but Lucky did. Yeah, there's no timer because Raw without any editing, we're only at 22 minutes, 45 seconds. So,
Architect 10 in Discord says they were thrown off by you releasing Mailbag on time. Maybe.
who knows? That said, some people were still squeaking it in today.
Yeah.
Also, I had to catch a couple that YouTube thought were spam for some reason and had to approve them.
Spam, really?
I don't know. Maybe it's because they typed like short questions that sounded very generic. I don't know. I think they should all be here.
All right, cool.
Because I approve them, but yeah.
Approved. So, we're going to get started. And our first one comes from the guy riding on Lancelot's jets as we dogfight with Gilgamesh. A classic scene. And they say, Dear Lucky, Captain of the USS Tyranny, and Omega, Commander of the RPG Legion. Well, actually, no. Wait, no. Let me say that. Omega, Commander of the RPG Legion.
That's right. There's no comma for me.
No comma. With the zero
until you, that's our ultimate pro tip, Lucky. Until you guys learn how to use commas, we're gonna keep bringing it up.
Studio Omega trying to improve native one's grammar, one comma at a time. Anyway, with the zero rerunning in full string, I have a simple question: which master servant dynamic from Zero did you enjoy the most? There's a read more here. Take care. Hope both of you got Best King, and if not, at least Cooler Dearman.
Well, we didn't.
No, you didn't. We didn't.
That's okay.
Well,
maybe Dearman later.
All right, so I know this might set some people off. I definitely know Omega doesn't like it, but one of my favorite master servant relationships in Fate Zero was Renosuke and Captor Giles. What do you say?
Giles.
Because yes, while they are literally child murdering fuckers, they literally had the most happy and wholesome relationship.
I think that's the point, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's the point. But am I sad that they fucking got? No. Following that though, it will definitely have to be Iskander and Waver, because that's a very much a coming of age story, and I said it literally sets Waver on the path to become who he is today in more ways than one. It's wild.
Yeah, it's a very important one. Honestly, I think a lot of people will say Jills and Ryonosuke. Because like I said, I think that relationship is intentionally written that way to be kind of surprisingly positive, despite the fact that they're both horrible people.
Yeah.
In addition to Waver and Iskander, who I also like, I do want to throw up, though, as kind of an ironic thing, Gilgamesh and Kyrie, who technically becomes his master at the end, because their whole relationship together much like how Waver comes back, right? Like, that sets Waver on a path. Their whole dynamic leading to them actually partnering up sets up a shitload of Fate Stay Night. So it's actually really important, and it's really interesting to see, because I know a lot of people have thoughts and feelings on Kyrie. I think people are still talking about it now in like our spoiler channel and stuff. But he is actually definitely a very deep and interesting character, because he's, especially in Zero, he's kind of struggling with his weird nihilist sadism, and then Gil is like, "Nah, dude, do what you want, because a pirate is free," kind of thing. Now you are now imagining Gilgamesh in a hat and eye patch. And that kind of sets Kyrie on a path.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very long-reaching and impactful relationship.
Let's see. Metal Tyranno King Mon Ultimate level, wants to mention that Saber and Irie were pretty good. Yes, they were, but on the technical point, they technically didn't have the master-servant relationship that was still held by everyone's favorite Carrie. But
everybody's favorite dad. That's a lot.
Yeah. But again, I do actually really enjoy the interactions with Saber and Irie, and I wish that would have came up more in actual Fate Stay Night. I've seen a couple screens for Heaven's Field 3, which might talk about that a little bit, but I don't know. It hasn't come out in the US. Heckin'. Not hissing.
Heckenbork.
Remember, in Lucky Speak, heck is moderate. Hissing is major. So, the guy writing on Lancelot's John as we dogfight with Gilgamesh. Thank you very much. We're going to move on next to the Waifu Servant Department Round 2, Mooncell Boogaloo, who says, Dear Lucky and Omega, your answer from the previous survey has been recorded, but results remain inconclusive. More data is needed. So I ask you, who is the best girl in the Fate Extra series? Nero, Tamamo, Altura, or BB? P.S. I feel like Lucky's answers be determined, but I hope that by throwing a Sakura face in the mix, there might be a moment's hesitation. Thanks as always. The show is one of the highlights of my week. Well, thank you, Wi-Fi Server Department Round 2, Mooncell Boogaloo. Well, no, actually, no, it's still Tamamo. Like, Tamamo, while evil, is definitely the more steady, choice for me. BB is gonna fuck my shit up one day or another, and I'm just like,
BB's gonna be like, Senpai, I made you pancakes, and the pancakes turn into Nyarlathotep and eat your face.
Yeah.
And she's gonna be like, whoops, sorry.
Yeah, so no,
It's
well, I do love and
BB's like a sitcom like a sitcom heroine. Only the sitcoms are all sinister and soul sucking.
yeah. So no, it's still Tomomo.
I'm still very much in Team Red.
But I'm glad, like, again, speaking of Fate Extra series, I'm really hoping that Studio BB will give us some more deets on the Extra remake, because I don't see any reason why that's not gonna get a release in the West. It might be like, they might do like they did with Excel and Excel Link and have to delay it by like a year to 6 months, but
probably because there's gonna be a lot of text, but I assume they'll eventually get there because it's the original Extra was.
Alright, but Waifu Server Department Round 2 Mooncell Boogaloo, thank you very much. Now we're gonna move on to Summer Saint of Conquest, who says, question, which Berserker would you like to see in a different class to see what they would be like without madness enhancements? Or in cases like Hurt, so you can understand what they were saying. I actually read this question late, and I was all like, oh, let me think about the kit. Wait, no. Ibarek, wait, no. Rek, wait, no.
Yeah, they've done a lot of them.
Night, no.
There are a lot of alts. They do it a lot, actually. I expect they do it for this reason.
Mm-hmm.
Though, you've got a decent 50-50 on when a character is de-berserkered, will they still be crazy?
Yeah.
But they've... honestly, FGO has done a lot of work on making berserkers into real fucking characters. Because, hey, guess what? Before that, berserkers weren't real characters.
They were just anger.
Which is, like, Herc as the invincible mountain of a man that he is in Fate Stay Night. That's cool. God, that's not very deep, though. Jiminy. Lancelot has a lot of emotional trauma related to him, but it only really comes out at the end. Like, most of the time, he's just angry jets. Same with Lu Bu. He's just a guy.
Lu Bu gets red hair, right? Aren't they technically the same person? I forget.
No. Red hair is his horse.
His horse, that's right.
Among men, Lu Bu. Among horses, red hair.
Ah, okay, that's what it was. Real talk.
Which, by the way, that means that Lu Bu is saying that red hair is the hymn of horses.
Oh, that's probably where I got confused.
Yeah, it's weird. Lu Bu doesn't have an alternate. He's a pretty cool guy. They could do something with that, maybe. Do not pursue.
Do not pursue. Yeah, but I'm thinking about Berserkers. Pith probably be interesting. But let's see, I'm real talk. I'm not really that interested in having an alternate Spartacus or an alternate Eric. Really not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're fans of Spartacus or Eric Blood Axe. I'm not.
Well, nobody's fans of Blood Axe, unfortunately. It's because he has the Berserker problem. He's not a character, basically.
Actually, let me pull up the list. I'm gonna pull up the list.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. Okay, we got Herc, Lancelot, Lu Bu, Spartacus. Kentucky already got one.
Mm-hmm.
Vlad technically has one. Also, he has more characterization because he's kind of a Lancer.
Yeah, Asterios doesn't need one because he is a precious boy as a Berserker.
Asterios is pretty good. Caligula, maybe, but also I don't think that guy could be anything else. They could do alternate Darius 3. He's a writer in the OVA. Fran's already got an alt. Beowulf doesn't need an alt. He's very cool. MHX is an alter. Same with Hichikata. I don't know. Like, most of these characters are already pretty decently. I think, like, Bryn is an alt of a person. Kyokoyo is a T-Rex. I don't think she needs an alt.
If we got Avenger Cha-Cha as Lady Yodogiri, I think that'd be great.
Yeah, that could be one.
Cha-Cha's
also not that berserky.
I don't know. She did start a whole fight because everyone ran off to play without her as she's eating ice cream out of a trail.
True. But in general, her conduct is not super. Yeah, no, I don't know. I think that's about it. Like, I would probably agree that, like, most characters who could use alts probably already have them. So Penth might be an interesting one because she's got some stuff going on. Amazon's have some things. That's about it. Like, I don't know a lot about Salome. That's next year. All my friend points are going to die.
All right.
Okay, let's move on.
But thank you, Summer Saint of Conquest. You have our thoughts, and thank you for them. This next one comes from Sencho is Love, Sencho is Life. Question. Ahoy. That's not a question. If Chaldea decides to launch its own VTuber group, what servants do you think you want to see in it? Any unusual picks? Thanks for the great content.
Well, I believe the point of VTubers is that you're a character. You're somebody. You're the VTuber. I don't know how that works for Chaldea picking its own, but
Well, like I said,
we know that some of the Chaldea crew do like computers.
well, if I was to pick two, like, off a knee-jerk response, I would say Tomoe and Hime. Like, they wouldn't even have to have, like, they wouldn't even have to have a, thing, just be themselves. It'd be great. They don't have to, just get, Hokusai to design their avatars, add a little bit of flair. Hokusai could be Mama. But other than that...
I would say Nero and Tomo. Tomo knows how to use email.
Yeah.
And I believe that both of them have... I believe that their actresses have done in-character streams as them before. Not VTuber stuff, but, like, they've, I don't know if that was a drama CD joke, but it's definitely been a thing in the lore somewhere that I think it was Tomo they both play Cancol, and Nero fucked up Tomo's Cancol.
I gotta look
that
into
has
that.
happened in life somewhere. So that they would, that's just a thing, I think. Much like they formed a Dojin circle we never heard from again. They could form a VTuber stable that we would never hear from.
Nero's VTuber persona, I'm pretty sure, would be that train wreck you just keep seeing coming, and you keep coming back to see what she's about to fucking do. Probably a combination of Hachima and Pekora. I can see that. Lucky is slowly learning more and more about Hololive and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely lots of, like, she would start... Pekora is probably a really good example. She would start, like, super dignified, there'd be a lot of emotional highs and lows.
Mm-hmm. Tamomo's definitely a little bit more graceful, but she gets excited just like anyone. Yeah.
Tama would stay in character the whole time because she does that. Yeah. She does that anyway, guys. Spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Yeah, I don't have any really further on that.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think.
That we know canonically that Merlin already does that as Magimari.
Mm-hmm.
Magimari is in fact Merlin, and it's a persona.
It's a persona.
I really wish they'd pull the trigger on that and show us. Though they did. That is this year's anniversary. Is fucking Merlin a faux onesie
on the computer?
Powerful.
Talking about let's get a Berserker Merlin Magimari. That'd be great because only a madman can do that. Speaking of madmen, actually, Lucky actually found a voice modulator and been fucking around with it. You can hear my first attempt on the stream yesterday. It was around like the 23, 24 minute mark.
Check out the stream.
It's nothing anything fancy. It's just Lucky's voice pitched up higher with a little bit of that electronic distortion. That's the thing that's killing me. I can't get rid of the electronic distortion. I'm like, how do fix?
You probably need higher quality stuff. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
There's some processing and post-processing involved. Anyway.
Lucky's trying to think. I want a Corone servant VTuber because I fucking love Corone. Lucky has Actually, would Ushiwaka be able to do it? That might be funny. Actually, yeah, I could probably see Ushiwaka doing it. Oh my god,
Ushi has no shame, so yes.
Yeah.
She'd be just like, is this entertaining? I'll do it. I haven't... Definitely, especially compared to, like, Corone, like, Ushi would definitely be the full-blown, I have no idea what I'm doing right now.
But she's gonna do it, and she's gonna look cute doing it. Listen, Lucky has just been going Ikobokum for, like, the past fucking 3 days randomly. Like, I love that clip.
Adorable. Well, it gets posted all the time, too.
It does. And I fucking love it.
Yeah, it's great. If you haven't, you can find it. I think it's on Out of Context VTubers.
Yeah.
The greatest Twitter to ever exist.
It's so good. Like I said, since we have no time limit, Lucky is just going full faff and just talking about whatever.
Granny is still playing Apex. I love this thumbnail, by the way. She has bread that is a gun. Gun bread.
Lucky has been slowly and silently just subscribing to VTubers on our main channel.
And now, eventually, I might have to cull some of that because there's 50 billion of them, but...
No, I think I've only done 3. I think I might subscribe as Tamarine next, just because.
We can subscribe to Marine. Marine's pretty funny.
Is it Marine or Marine?
No, it's Marine.
Oh, it is Marine.
I'm assuming it's a pun on Marin, which is the actual Japanese word for ocean, and then it's Marine. Everybody just calls her Sencho.
Mm-hmm. They do. Like I said, actually, I should probably actually go on my personal account and actually subscribe to all the ones I like. Lucky's been watching Lammy stream.
You did Lammy and somebody else? Corone now, I think, but...
Yeah, no, I did
2.
Yeah, I did 2. I did Lammy and, shoot, who was the other one I did?
Did you do Coco? I thought I did
Yeah, no, I did.
I think
Coco.
we universally agreed on Coco.
Yeah.
And then Lammy and I subbed to Flare. Should probably do Null as well.
Do I want to grab Sishiron too? I don't know. Honestly, I feel like we need to go through our fucking YouTube thing and be like, do we actually need this?
Yeah, I could probably trim a couple of those.
Yeah. And then I'm going to go subscribe to a bunch of them on my own personal. But, I don't know. Lucky Like says to subscribe just to say, we support this.
Yeah.
If nothing else.
And you can always mute stuff.
Yep. But I think that's enough fapping on this. So thank you, Sencho Isla and Sencho is Life, for that. Maybe we'll have, maybe later we'll have more thoughts on that. So who knows? Maybe it might be a good question to revisit in the future. And by in the future, I mean, give me a couple weeks. Damn it. This next one comes from Seeker of Casino King Bun Bun, who asks an interesting question. I actually have to read this one and think about it. So they say, I asked for some clarification from last week's Teach Me. If a magic effect, the program, does what it's got regardless of the chant/ritual, the launcher, being different, could a quote-unquote Holy Grail roller be activated with other mythological objects believed to grant wishes, such as the Chintamani Stone, or even the bound creature known to grant wishes, such as one of the 7 Shin Kings? Hope all is well. So, quick answer. I'll say, unless Omega, you want to take this.
Yeah, I thought about this one.
Yeah.
So the short version is a full-blown yes, but actually no. Because here's the thing. The Holy Grail, that's not the actual Holy Grail.
No.
That's the whole reason why the church is involved. It's called the Holy Grail because it has a grail-like shape, and they have definitely 100% kind of, I don't know, copied, co-opted.
Well, that's the thing about talking about the Holy Grail. Like, they're trying to replicate a effect, a mystery.
Yes, they're trying to replicate a mystery of the Holy Grail to be a cup that grants wishes, but it's not actually the Holy Grail. And it's not even technically necessarily about riches. It's about either amplifying and replicating the third magic, or it's about reaching the root. It's very weird. The fact that it also grants wishes is basically part of the con. But it's important to remember that things are, again, the Holy Grail is like an archetype thing. They just call things that do that. The Mooncell Holy Grail is called that because, the Mooncell is a computer powerful enough to grant wishes. It's a Holy Grail, and not like if that story was written without context of Fate Stay Night already and the Holy Grail War, or it was written by probably somebody Western, I'm almost sure they would probably call it like a genie or something, because it would be a computer program that grants wishes, right? But we don't, because it's in Fate, so it's the Holy Grail War. And also, I don't know where Japan got the idea that the Holy Grail grants wishes, but they won't let go of it. Hi, Persona 5. So yeah.
So, for Lucky's input, he says basically the same thing. But remember, as magic exists, you basically need to start your chant, designate a function, have something mystical happen in the middle of it, and then try to reach your intended effect. So, by all intents and purposes, yes, you could. Would it happen the same way as a Holy Grail War, though? No.
Yes, you could, and there's plenty of knockoff Holy Grail Wars and other stuff, right? Like, lots of people try to substitute the magic and, do all the things. I don't think it's necessarily super important what the parts are and all that stuff, but they do experiment and they do stuff.
Yeah, let's see. If I remember, the Holy Grail Wars, technically, they're using the servants to fuel the magic, so because servants come from the world and all this crazy stuff.
Yeah, well, when they're summoned, they have bodies of magical energy, right?
Yeah, So the servants are something to fuel the fucking magic, to grant the fucking abilities and stuff. So, like I said, the more I think about it, the Holy Grail was really fucking convoluted. This is why it took 3 fucking families to make it.
Mm-hmm. And it took them a large number of tries to actually do anything.
Yeah.
It failed many, many times.
Yeah, so definitely, you got to definitely think on that. Yes, it's possible, but it'll be very difficult, take a very long time, and has multiple points of failure.
Yeah, like I said, you could definitely try and make it a thing, but it would not necessarily. It would, like I think the thing to look at it is what they remember that you have to engrave the spell into something, right? That's the Greater Magic formula. That is engraved in the Greater Grail. So they made a Grail type object and then they made it do a magic thing. It's not that any wish granting magic thing does the Grail thing. It's weird, But yeah.
Strange Fate is its own bucket of worms. I don't even fully understand it yet. Well, that's because I'm reliever.
It's definitely got some weird, maybe fake, maybe real stuff in there. But yeah, that's in the fluff of Apocrypha that there's knockoff Grail Wars.
Oh yeah.
That we just don't see them because the Apocrypha one is actually the real one, the real boy one. Anyway.
So, thank you, Secret Casino King Bun Bun, for your question. Very thoughtful. We're gonna move on to the girl who is said about Magia Record ending, who asks, have any of you played a game that is closed down? If so, what game? And why do you think they went under? So, on a technicality, Lucky did play Magia Record for a while. He did. But the game was going way too fast, and I didn't have enough time to properly take care of events and stories and everything else. So, he dropped it. And honestly, I think that's why it went under, is because things were just going too fast. And people couldn't maintain the pace, so they dropped off.
Yeah, probably.
Unfortunately, I can't say that I've actually never played a game till its final day, like online and whatnot.
No,
Usually, Lucky usually sees the signs of things aren't doing good, whether there's not a lot of players or there's not a lot of support, and jump ships early.
Yeah, I don't think, honestly, like, I don't really, like, shoot, I don't know, I guess I've played multiplayer games where the servers have gone defunct, but that's about it, and they weren't multiplayer only either, just because, fun fact, I think I've talked about this, Omega doesn't really play big web multiplayer games. Like, I've never really found that an MMO I really liked to play. I just don't like MMO-style games most of the time. At least I don't like the MMO parts of them. I'm still fucking incensed at Destiny that they're like, raids are no matchmaking in raids. They're super complex. You need real life friends. And I'm like, fuck you. I'll never do it. I'll die first. Same with like some of the, I think I got turned off, just and I didn't have enough time to do, Star Wars The Old Republic, even though they were like, you can do like one character free. I got turned off when I got out of the starter areas and it was like, and here's all the stuff you can do. And like half this stuff, hey, do you have friends? Do you want to do a multiplayer instant thing? I'm like, no, fuck you. Like, I'm playing a BioWare RPG right now, right? So, like, I don't usually like to play MMOs because MMOs try to force you to hang out with people, and people suck. And I never have enough people who play games at the same time as me. So, yeah, I've played games where they definitely, like, imploded, but no, I haven't ever played any service-type games, like, hardly at all, period. Except for, like, FGO and some of the gacha games I play now. And I never played Magia Record or anything. I feel like I think ahead of time before I back a horse, as it were. Probably the only one that may have been risky would be Arknights, but even then I don't think so. Like, it seemed super popular, like everybody was talking about it ahead. I'm gonna ignore Axe.
I was wondering.
But yeah, that's me. I don't know. But if I do agree with Lucky, that's why Magia Record failed. I think we talked about that on What's Up? You should check it out. What's Up is cool. We talk about stuff there. But yeah, basically, it's, it was going way too fast, and, like, everybody we had, even though they really liked it, complained about the fact that it was doing, like, events on story on events, and they never had any time to, like, roll for specific characters or take a break. And so I'm pretty sure that they were trying to play catch up, and that's why they were overly reliant on whales, and then just they didn't have enough of the player population actually spending money because the game was going too fast. You need to go low and slow. Working for FGO. Anyway.
Okay, so thank you, the girl who has said about Magic Record ending. This next one, I'm actually going to pre-read this, so give me a second.
There's 2 line breaks in here.
Yeah.
With tildes.
I like tildes. Lucky loves tildes. But.
Yeah, but that means it's beefy.
Beefy.
Don't worry, guys. Science will get edited out.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
We need is the Jeopardy theme copyrighted? Can I hum it? I don't know.
Well, we just need to make our own Please Stand By jingle.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of royalty-free music.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead with this, because even if I'm just going to say just to go what the fuck, I'm going to go with it. All right. So this next one comes from a master of Papilio Magia. It goes, "Heyo, Tilde. I hope this finds you each well, hale, and hearty. I really enjoyed last week's Teach Me segment, and probably have too many thoughts to discuss for one mailbag missive. My eternal anathema. Anathema. So I limited myself to one topic. I recall a specific reason Medea gets wrecked is because she is in the no magus land between the age of gods and the age of man. T is a genius maggot back in the olden times with the appropriate time-sensitive chiefs, but remains woefully outgunned by capital M mystery magic level powers that be. Tilde. Put another way, she spec'd way better into what Ring can do, but even But even what Rin can do with Medea hacks has real limits. That both the divinities and heroic spirits, evil splinter discernment, fact, with by definition
You
of
can
their
say
very...
fuck, by the way. That's okay.
No, I'm saying fact.
I know. I'm telling them. I'm telling the person who wrote this. You can write fuck, by the way.
With the definition of their very natures. Tilde. Discuss is their time. Either way, I'll wait to talk about other stuff next bag / on Discord. Salutes.
Well, we have nothing but time.
Yeah.
So you'll notice I threw an A in there. I'm not actually sure how accurate the premise is. Medea is 100% from the Age of Gods.
Yeah, no.
She's literally a divinity. Like, she has a divinity. Well, she doesn't have a divinity rating because I'm gonna guess that Nasu didn't have a research team, and we forgot to realize that Medea is actually the granddaughter of the sun god Helios. Asterios is her cousin, I think. And Kirky, obviously, her auntie. So, yeah, no, she is 100% from the god's time doing the god things. It is explicitly referenced that her magecraft is very much like magic. It is to the point, because she uses high-speed divine words. No, the reason why she gets wrecked is because servants inherently have magic resistance. They have the ability to... They are imprinted either through the powers the Grail associates them, because we've talked about this. Skills aren't a real thing. Like, skills aren't literal. They aren't supposed to be. The skills are a thing that the summoning system basically imprints on the servant container as a way to figure out how the fuck to understand your heroic abilities.
Yes.
Like, the gaminess of the Holy Grail War is in-universe. That is literally the Grail trying to interpret these mythical characters and give them ratings. It's why stuff like EX exists, because sometimes the Grail just has to go, I don't fucking know. Once again, proving you can say fuck. So no, Medea is a really, really powerful high-level mage. Her Noble Phantasm is incredibly terrifying because of its anti-thaumaturgy properties. The thing is that usually casters in general, and part of this is because Medea, but generally casters are seen as kind of bummed out, because even though magecraft, especially ancient magecraft, which they can still perform as if it were then, is really, really good, and because they're old and they were around when there was lots of mysteries happening, they have access to a lot of mysteries they can replicate, is that servants have magic resistance. Artoria, for instance, has magic resistance A, or A+, even, maybe. Part of that is because sabers get a lot of magic resistance, but another part is because she actually has the dragon factor in her. She has a shitload of internal magical energy, and we talked about this last week, that anyone who has magic circuits can do some level of magic canceling. So Artoria has really, really good magic circuits on top of being a saber.
If I remember correctly, magic resistance means that you can literally shrug off any magical effect that falls under that's ranked beneath
your... Yes, that is ranked below you. Yeah. So, like, I think A level stops everything that's not a grand spell, i.e. a high-level chant, or high power. Even magic resistance, like D, is like cancel single-action spells, shit like that. Like, Medea can cast high-level spells rapidly, but she cannot actually permanently harm or indefinitely do anything to Saber easily without really, really long-form high-level rituals. That's why you need good old Rulebreaker. Yeah,
and this is why the usual caster gambit is to set up a workshop and start building fucking magical power.
Yeah, assemble magical energy so you can do higher level rituals, summon familiars so they can physically just punch your enemies, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Saber's a real big one because she has oodles of magic resistance. Gil doesn't actually have hardly any magic resistance. The magic resistance is a lie. No, I'm not going to stop talking about that. This is...
Heck.
Yes, this is a thing that people brought up a lot in that video we did with Voice, talking about, ooh, his golden armor! No, fuck you. The golden armor is not a noble phantasm, it's not a skill. His magic resistance is like C, fuck you. That's not how it works. There are rules. Literally, this is a system of rules. Anyway, yes. Now, if his golden armor is a noble phantasm, that's fine. Which is the thing I was going to say. I think what this question was maybe misinterpreting is, yes, noble phantasms are better than magic because noble phantasms are the crystallization of mystery. And there are some casters have noble phantasms that are magic. Magecraft, thaumatological, etc. There's a fun word for you. And obviously, yes, that would exceed what Medea can do just casting spells, even if she can cast spells really fast. Bringing up Rin literally is not able to cast spells as good as Medea. She's not spec'd. She literally has access to magics and magecrafts which are forgotten. She has access to the divine words. The divine words don't work anymore. There are no more divinities to do them from. However, as we see in Unlimited Blade Works, Rin can do something that Medea cannot do because she's a modern mage and learned Kung Fu. Which, while Medea does no reinforcement, she does that to her master. She has no martial skill whatsoever because that's just not what you did back in the day.
Actually, what is Medea's strength and endurance? Hang on. Let me look at this real quick. I'm curious. Yeah, Medea. Yes, Medea is strength E, endurance D.
Yeah, so she's strength E. She's basically like a superhuman.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I should get Medea the Bond 10. I wanted to have that Katai staff, but it's cool. Yeah, but no. Again, casters have it rough. They really do. Oh. Again, I was looking at this question. I wasn't sure what to make of it, so I'm just gonna say whatever Omega said.
Yep. Well, and like if you have a source for that specific reasoning, sure, fine. But no, I'm at least the way you phrased it, I don't think that's necessarily correct. Like, she is mystery. Like I said, and in fact, they kind of retconned it. Rulebreaker is her divine authority. Like that's her thing. It's made weird by her nature as an anti-hero, basically. But yeah, no, the Rulebreaker is literally it's an authority. It's a divine power, which is why it trumps all magic, which is very funny. Anyway, let me burp. Excuse me. Let us continue.
Yes. All right. So thank you, Master of Papilio Magia. This next one comes from Kilion King. And they say, I have 2 questions, but both involve farming for embers. Answer these and I may promote to Gohulian God. First, will we ever in the future get events that allow us to farm embers while free quest farming like the Summer 2 event? Armors farmed in latteries don't count. That's its own mechanic.
Lies and deception.
Also,
I believe we can just answer this question right now. I don't fucking know. You people know as much in that respect as I do, which is you can go to a wiki and look at all future events and see what they drop. Nobody has ever told me, oh shit, yeah, you gotta remember to farm this event, it'll drop loads of embers, like they do with Lottos. Other than that...
Again, like, I don't understand necessarily what this question means. Do you mean, like, free quests that have embers drops at a good rate?
I assume so, because they say that farming materials, basically, buying in a shop and spending drops on Lottos doesn't count. So, I guess, but I don't know. The best are usually hunting quests, but I don't know literally every, I don't know literally every drop schedule for every event for 2 years.
Yeah, and again, I don't understand why you wouldn't want Lottos and whatnot to count. They're by far the easiest way to do it. Just mindlessly grind quests, get currency, put currency into slot, press boob, get stuff.
Good old press boob. Do we get to Shibas this Gilfest? I think we do. I think it's during next year.
Where's the button?
Oh, I mean, it's the same as Da Vinci. It's, the torso is upper, the sprite is upper torso, waist up, so. I'm pretty sure the button is an appropriate fluffing height, much like it was with Da Vinci. I'm
just remembering a comic I saw one time where it was Shiba holding up the button, and Master was like gonna press it, and she gave him the fucking look of "Don't you fucking dare!" And Master went for it and touched one of the fluffy little Jin, and Shiba's just like, "What?"
Yeah, as usual, because of the funniness of that, there's a lot of comics about that. There's comics about having to poke Da Vinci's boob, because you have to press the button a shitload to farm.
Yes.
Anyway,
So they have a second part to this.
Yep.
Second, will we have any means to farm all embers, or would that just be something we get through friend summons, login rewards, and monthly prison shops?
I don't believe anything ever drops all embers. I've talked about how I really wish they would. Like, I wish they would make extra class hands that drop all embers. They don't, as far as I know. Trust me, if they add that quality of life, I will be yelling about it from the rooftops.
Woo-hoo!
That said, we do get 4 and 5 star EXPs, I believe next year in the FP Gacha, so that's cool.
Very exciting. But Lucky has nothing to add to that, so we're going to move on. Oh, it is. Oh, it's on the opposite tit. It's on both tits. Thank you, Metal Tyranno King Mon, Ultimate Level.
Yeah,
they showed up. They showed the graphic, yes. So, thank you, Kilion King. We move on to building a bunker for Gilfest. Who says, question, given next year's banner hell and Lucky's impending doom, any roles going to be forward to the remaining banners for this year, or call it quits and stop up for next year? Lucky's eyeing the Halloween, Oniland, because Seatanai is on it, and he does like having smalls. There's supposed to be a Da Vinci banner somewhere.
I'm still thinking that'll probably get looped into Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So maybe Thanksgiving, maybe. But other than that, no, I'm probably not rolling. There's nothing to roll for really. Let's see. This year's Christmas gives us
Bradamante,
and do we get Asteria too?
No, I believe that she's permanent, but isn't she the Case Files collab next year?
Oh, is she? Wait, no. Then who?
If you're thinking of a ruler, it's Samba Kets. There's no new 4-star at Christmas.
Oh wow, heck!
They don't usually do new 4-stars all the time.
I forgot she came out with the Case Files.
But yes, let me get really close to the microphone and say, Lost Belt 3.
That's it. That's what I got. I had to figure out how to do that without being incredibly obnoxious. I was only a little bit obnoxious.
A little bit obnoxious.
I mean, I'll be spending tickets like water. I won't get anything, but I will. That's just what you do with tickets.
So it's Reyna's and... Oh yeah, that's right, because it's Reyna's and... Okay. Lucky's dumb. I don't know why I thought... Oh, I know why I thought, because fucking Louie is a goddamn wrestler. That's why.
Yes, that's what I said. I think the ruler you're thinking of is Samba Kets. They are both 4-star rulers who wrestle. It's weird.
Yeah, but
one of them is permanent, and one of them is a welfare without a rerun.
Oof.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. Anyway, no, Martha's not a wrestler. She's a punch saint.
Yeah, but she's on the banner with Bradamante. Summer Martha is. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they brought back Summer Martha for that.
Oh.
A lot of people in our Discord have already been talking because they whiffed on the million downloads banner.
But I said I'm not going to be rolling on Lost Belt 3 necessarily. Unless, like, well, I say that. But Lucky has this bad habit of being like, nah, I'm not going to roll on it. Reading story, learning about characters, be like, oh no, I need this person.
I know what I'm about.
So, right now, I'm not planning on rolling on it. I'll probably save Consort U for a ticket. Because that's something Lucky needs to do. I need to actually go through all the SRs and find out which ones I do and do not have, so I can make this choice. Yeah, it's most of them.
But we do have a ticket coming up. That'll be the first part of November. We're gonna do some clairvoyance later, kids. Don't you worry.
Like right now, the only two I can think of off the top of my head that I may not have is Saber Diamond and Edison. Edison because he's a story lock.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's supposed to be a Da Vinci raid up somewhere. Not rolling at Christmas, and most likely not rolling at LB3. So yeah, just Halloween and Da Vinci, and after that, Lucky's gonna be hanging on to his butt.
Yes, and if people are asking, no, we're probably not rolling on Gilfest. Did we? No, I think I got my. Did I get? I'm trying to remember. Did I get Shiva when I rolled for Abby or not? I might have wished I had to spend the ticket. I don't know.
Did you use your 4-star ticket?
I think I used my ticket for her. It's hard to remember. Yeah. That was literally like the end of last year into early this year. So yeah, no, I'm not sure. I think I had to spend it because I was saving for Aresh. I had to spend tickets and didn't get Shiva on the Salem banner. But I was just saying that because the Gilfest banner is coming up. I'm not rolling on that. Are you kidding? That's a Caesar rate up. Nonsense. And I already have Shiva. That's what I spent that ticket on. Yeah. I believe you also already have a Shiva, so no, we're not rolling on Gilfest. I have plenty of SSR archers. Thank you very much.
All right, so
good.
I think that's it for this question. Thank you, building a bunker for Gilfest. Smart move, by the way. Smart move. We're gonna move on to guys saving for Saber Wars.
Neat.
Question: will you try to farm Gilfest on stream to kill time faster? And if so, what team will you be maining? I'm gonna try John Archer loops to do art. Think again. I mean, if it's gonna I don't know. Lucky's actually been thinking about his stream life because Lucky has realized with increasing amounts of depression that he's not doing anything right now as the Backstreet Street Boys reunion tour continues to fuck up life, and he's kind of a little concerned that he might have lost his job and not getting it back. He might be going a little bit through some existential crisis here, maybe. So. Lucky's actually been considering maybe streaming twice a week, but having one day be a gacha day and one day being an actual video game day.
Seems like a solid choice.
Lucky's actually considering maybe doing some Breath of the Wild and running around setting things on fire, maybe. In my underwear. Who knows? But, so if Gilfest runs through one of the gacha streaming days, yeah, I'll probably run Gilfest. Unfortunately, though, while Lucky does have many meta servants, as those kids like to say, he usually doesn't have them up to meta levels. And so usually whenever he is farming, he's doing some weird fucking idiot savant shit that's like, Lucky, that shouldn't work, but how are you making it work? And Lucky shrugs and goes, I don't know. So I can't really tell you what my team is. I'll probably try for art strats. Like I said, I do that is my meme. I am arts memes because I love my Tamamo. So we'll see. I do have a John Archer. She's only MP1 though, and her skill levels leave a lot to be desired. Jesus. I was looking at her at 322 and I'm like, I don't have oh wait, I actually might have enough now.
Maybe. There's a decent amount of skill, cookies 5 a pop in this event.
Yeah.
Again,
So I don't know, maybe
we might bring this up later. It's technically in my notes, but a lot of people are like, "Oh, Gilfest, go apeshit." I'm like, "Are y'all sleeping on the Zero rerun?
Yeah.
There's fucking statues and cookies in here. It's great.
It's great.
The things a growing body needs."
So, we'll see. Lucky will definitely put a bit of effort, and when people try to tell him what to do in chat, there will be a 50-50 chance he'll be like, "Oh, that's a good idea," or he'll tell you to fuck off. It depends.
Which is what you're there for. Why would you, if you listen to our show, why would you, basically, whenever you jump in stream chat and you yell suggestions to us, you understand you're taking your life into your hands.
Like, there's been plenty of times when Lucky was about to do something dumb and people are all like, "No, wait, Lucky, don't do that." And I was like, all right, no, Lucky was dumb. But then there's other times that people are all like, "Why don't you do this?" And I'll be like, "Fuck you!"
Because I don't want to.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that's like, people have different ideas about what actually makes your life easier, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like telling you, "Oh, dude, you need to level Merlin." That's not actually going to make, at this point, that's not actually going to make Lucky's life easier. That's a whole separate subset of work to do. And like, yeah, okay, maybe Lucky should have done the work sooner, but Lucky has a huge backlog.
Oh my god.
And I know you're working on it, but it's still a backlog. And doing backlog means you're not doing the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Axeman, Axe Locked Lord. Axe has been on a big Fire Emblem kick. Ask, how many servants do I have in total now? I'm actually gonna check. I'll check. Let me see.
Is it
Formation.
just for you?
Let me see. You check too, Omega.
Also, I don't see that one in here. Did I miss it?
What?
Oh, there it is. I saw it. Popped for me. I was in the wrong channel.
So let's see here. Looking at just servants, and I don't think it's showing. Is it showing?
No, I wasn't logged in. Somebody was talking about searching my acquisition, and I was like, nah. I'm at AP right now, and I'm not. I am only doing natural AP on the Zero rerun. I'm not that crazy.
Yay,
free time. I need to play more.
I'm trying to figure out if actually let me just use these embers, and that will get rid of them. Yeah, hang on.
Yeah, there's got to be some math involved to do that.
So let's see here. I was working on my mango.
To log in.
I was working on my mango, and let's get rid of these boys too. Get the hence. Let me see here. Who wants? Oops, no filter. Wait, are these? Whatever. Fuck.
All right, tap and log me in.
Here, I'll give those to Medea. You just take those.
Do.
Yep, sorry for sounds. Lucky is clearing stuff out so he can look at his spirit origin list and not have hecking foes and EXPs potentially messing it up. All right, so let me pull up spirit origin list. All right, Lucky has 190 servants right now. Let's see here.
Spirit origin list.
I don't know. What is the max servant number right now?
That's not very helpful. The My Room, My Spirit list lists the total number, but does not list them by how many you have, I think.
Material. Wait, no, not material. Spirit origin list. It says 223.
Yeah, it's the
total.
I'm just saying it doesn't. There's no way to narrow that down, unfortunately.
Yeah, and
hey, guess what, guys? I've met all the servants in the game.
But it's not actually 223 because it definitely it has
well, yeah,
Solomon.
It has some of the NPC onlys. So I'll have to. I will
Tiamat,
do it in my formation, I guess, version.
I do find that wild that they put the beast in your spirit origin. Maybe it means something. Maybe something to do with bonds.
Okay, does that
he puts on his tin hat?
Does that actually change the number? No, it doesn't. All right. Well, yeah, I can't answer this question. Why would you ask me this question?
No, just go to formation. Use that spirit origin list.
Yeah, but I just bought 50 million embers. I don't want to do the thing. It'll take me forever.
Okay.
I can't right now. Why would you ask me that question? Ask me next week when I have time to prepare.
Oh.
I'm gonna go retweet stuff on Twitter. That's always, I think, an issue with FGO, right? Is like, it's very hard to answer questions fast. Like, you ask people, like, oh, well, how many SSRs do you have? Okay, hold on. I've got to literally open, filter, sort, and count. Because there's no, like, auto way to tell. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, anyway, I don't know. Shrug. I mean, like I said, in my Spirit Origin list, I have seen all 223. It says that I have 202 in there right now, but like I said, I definitely have foes and embers that aren't used, so...
Actually, there's someone...
I don't know.
There's someone that says it in mine that I haven't seen, because I'm 222 out of 223. I wonder who it is. Well, that's probably something that's going to take me a very long time to figure out. Anyway.
Did you do Saber Demon's Trial Quest yet?
No, I haven't, actually.
That's probably him, then.
Oh.
Because he's brand new. But he's, manual support in the Trial Quest, so you have to use him.
Ah. Okay, I get it. I'll probably do that later, because that's a free ticket, too. Yay.
Free tickets.
I got like 20-something of those. Anyway, let's move on. So...
Actually, before we move on, let's take a little break.
Oh,
We've been going for over an hour. Let's take a fiver.
Aight.
Time for an intermission. And we're
Ready.
back.
Yeah. So, by the way, during the break, Lucky actually quickly looked up what SRs he doesn't have. And as of the moment, right now, he does not have Edison, does not have a Chiron, and does not have a Saber Deerman. He has every other SR. A little wild to him.
Yeah, anyway. So I popped on my friends, and I did it. My guess was perfectly correct. I have 150 servants. I was able to clean up my embers while I was gone to the bathroom. And I have one gold foe right now, so it's 150 servants. Pretty sure. Do I have anybody in Second Archive? I don't think I've banished anybody to Second Archive.
Yes.
Let me check. Nope, nobody's in Second Archive. Because there's, 450 servant slots. And there's not that many units. Anyway.
All right. Anyway. So, thank you, Guy Saving for Saber Wars. We're going to move on to Undead Fox, who asks, Dear Lucky Omega, my question is, what non-story event would you like to get an anime adaptation?
The Gouda Gouda Saga.
Gouda Gouda would be good. I would also like the Liz trilogy.
Yeah, I think we had a similar question to this last week, or possibly we're just prompted, and we threw out the Liz trilogy. This has definitely been a thing we talked about, how that would be funny to see.
Yeah. Like I said, the comedy in Gouda Gouda and the Liz trilogy always makes me laugh. Like, I'm excited for the Himeji Castle rerun. Not only because I can get my second Liz, but just because I'm ready for more neat Hime shenanigans with Liz. But Gouda Gouda is also great. Even sometimes when it gets serious. Someone mentions the Red Line. I haven't actually read that yet. I should. But
yeah, it's ongoing.
It's ongoing. But I said that's a much more serious take. But as I said, that's still Nobu. It's still some Okitan. Eventually some Okitan. Anyway. If we're talking about like more serious stuff, I definitely wouldn't mind seeing Seraph get an anime. As I said, that had a lot of high and lows. But as I said, that story is also precedent on someone knowing CCC. It can very much go the route of Lost Encore to the Unprepared. But other than that, no. Can't really think of anything that super stands out to me.
Yep. Okay.
So, thank you, Undead Fox, for your question. We're going to move on to He Who Acknowledges Lucky's Good Boy status. I have been acknowledged. Yay. So, I have a pretty fast question. If you could pick one servant to wake up to being MP5, who would you pick? It could be someone you have, someone who's eluded you, or someone who will come eventually. Regards, He Who Can't Decide. Why do you have two aliases? Are you two people?
Is this a fucking conspiracy right now?
It is. Anyway, Lucky's Nichiren answer Tamamo. Give me an MP5 Tamamo. That'd be great.
It's pretty big Tamamo.
It is a pretty big Tamamo, and I'll be like that much closer to perfect Tamamo. I have a level 100, 2,000. No. I think her HP is at like 1,900 right now. I think I need like 5 more. But her attack's at 2,000.
Gold is very slow.
Very slow. It's like if I can get her to MP5, I would literally have Tamamo perfect, and it'll be amazing. But I just gotta throw something on her command cards because command codes is a thing.
Yep.
I don't know what I'm.
Just do all the Healy Bop ones.
I'm definitely thinking about that for her arts cards, but still.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I don't know. It would probably. Here's the thing. I've got a couple of level 100 SSRs, and they're big AOEs. So I'm like, I don't know. Like, NP5 is cool, but that's definitely a thing where like that's super icing on top. I'd much rather have like 3 servants at NP3 than go all the way to 5. I don't know. Like,
Gotcha.
also, especially it's rough because, thinking about stuff like Ishtar, but then there's also Aresh, right? Like, that's kind of crappy to only do one and not the other. Also, they would both love it. I don't know. I can always just say Mordred. I don't think that, well, I don't know. Is her trait damage flat, or is that might be overcharge based? I gotta check. I rarely actually get to use Mordred's NP for the trait damage effect.
Oh, wow. Let's see here. Well, actually, no, that might be actually fucking wild. With Tamamo at MP5, her heal goes up to 2,000, which is the base, but you'll finally be able to reach that 500% overcharge, which gives you back 50% refund on your MP, on everyone's on MP. It's wild.
Yep, it's a big one. No, Mordred's damage is overcharge based. Her base NP charge changes when she gets her, after you do her NP interlude. That increases the amount of NP it refunds, so you could go all the way to 500% for 220% damage to Arthur enemies and 40% self-charge. But yeah, no, I mean, it's got the classic thing where like NP2, 500% damage, NP3, 550, NP4, 575, that stacking reduction.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I gotta be honest, I don't really know a lot of servants I have where I'm like, I would prefer many, many more NP1s that I don't have than an NP5. But I'll just say Mordred for completionism.
Lucky was wrong. He was looking at pre-interlude Tamamo, which he does not have. After rank up, MP5 is 3,000 HP. That's chunky.
Big heal.
Big heals.
Actually, I'm kind of surprised. I think my Mordred is still NP1. I've never gotten a second copy, even though she's permanent. Then again, I haven't rolled a regular vanilla saber yet either, so Gotcha's funny.
Gotcha's fun. It's weird. So, thank you, he who acknowledges Lucky Good Boy status. For your question, Lucky moves on to that guy who exists, who needs a life. Hey, Lucky Omega. Hope you're doing well. Doing alright. It was mentioned in the Wanted Redux that Iskander is the only servant to have his raw MP gen stat buffed.
Correct, Why do you think as I know. Actually, wait, I don't know if that's 100% true. I think Mordred and Summer Artoria had a bug. They were just fixed in a patch. As far as I can recall, Iskander's the only servant who has had his NP modified via an interlude directly. If you do his interlude, his NP gain literally becomes higher. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Why do you think they have not done this to any other servants, even if they really could use the help? Hope you and everyone listening has a good week.
Well, honestly, I'm gonna guess that for the most part, it's probably, like I said, because it's usually a bug fix, like them realizing that the way they've built somebody is like, oh yeah, no, this is literally wrong. We definitely put a wrong number here that we didn't mean to, kind of thing. Or just because they prefer to do fixes other ways than to fix the servant's raw hidden stats. Especially because they're the way they're hidden, right? The game doesn't tell you what a servant's NP gain is. We just figure it out through calculation and data mining. That you wouldn't know, right? Like, you'd have to have it data mined. Because Iskander's interlude does other stuff. So I'm going to assume because it's a hidden stat, they wouldn't ever just release... They'd patch it if they did that. They wouldn't ever do a rank up that just fixes that. I wouldn't mind if they did it more, but yeah, that's probably because of its nature as a hidden stat.
Honestly, Lucky doesn't know what goes on with quality assurance and, balance fixes. I don't know their methodology for that and what they prioritize. Mm-hmm. Again, just because a servant doesn't do what you want it to do doesn't necessarily mean that's not what the Lightworks wanted the servant to do.
Yeah, and we had this. Was that off mic? I think it was. We were talking, because we were speculating on future events. And we were talking about what JP was going to do because we were talking about how thin the show was, and I was mentioning that I hope they do another new event that has a welfare in it because there's literally only 2 so far, and they're both Lancers. Because I was saying that I'm like 90% sure Delightworks doesn't actually consider quote unquote game balance and roster balance when they make new units. Like, they might look at themselves and go, "Oh, Dioscuri, Castor and Pollux, they can be a permanent single target saber. That works for what we're designing for them." But they don't go, "Gosh, we really need a single target permanent saber," because the game went for years without one, an SSR rank. So, like, I'm pretty sure they don't actually care about that kind of stuff. They care more about units that have stories and art designs and maybe giving them cool mechanics, but not necessarily about, like, they'll do stuff to make servants stand out. Like, Napoleon's stats are all all of them are just, well, shit, he should have a generic kit, but we realize that's bad in the way we build the game. So rather than just give him better stuff, we'll give him special stuff that doesn't make any sense in lore. But so they do make concessions to balance and like uniqueness, but I think they looked at it and after they designed Napoleon's kit, they was like, gosh, giving him generic tactics, generic charisma, and pioneer is really boring. Let's spice this up. Like, I don't think that they went out of their way to go, we're gonna make an AoE archer. He needs to be completely unique. Stuff like that, right? Also, Napoleon's not that unique. No, the Escudi is permanent. They are the first permanent single-target SSR saber ever. They are the only one still, too. It's freaky. Yeah, I know. The game went for like 5 years without that. So yeah, like I said, there are some servants who probably could use an actual patch to their stats, but most of them are designed around their stats. Like, if you they understand that, because I'm pretty sure NP gain comes after hit counts and after animations are designed, right? Because that's the work, right? The game designers and the servant designers don't go, oh, geez, Kiritsugu is an arts-based servant. He's gonna have a really low NP count to compensate. No, they went, oh, he's gonna need an animation where he uses his guns, and he's gonna do a lot of cool stuff in super speed time, so he's gonna have a very high hit NP count. We've designed all those stats. Well, he's got an arts NP and an arts buff. That means we should probably make sure his NP gain is a little low so he can't spam it all the time. That would be too good.
Too good.
And they ended up crippling him slightly because I think they know that they underestimated. Kiritsugu was supposed to be a launch servant. He just wasn't quite ready in time, so you can probably tell by the way his kit's designed. But they underestimated how crappy vanilla Magecraft is. They've fixed it, and they'll probably eventually fix Kiritsugu if anybody cares to, but they're busy people.
Busy.
So yeah, I don't know. There's all kinds of those thoughts and feelings that go in stuff.
Yes.
I would say probably Astolfo is probably the best, that they should just fix his fucking NP gain, because his hit counts aren't very good, and he's got a triple quick deck. So I don't know why they were smoking with that one. And that's why I think after his buff, one of his Evaporation of Sanity just gives you NP battery. Doesn't it? Yeah, Evaporation of Reason goes to D+, and it gains a 30-50% battery. They're like, fuck, even we don't know. Yeah, no, the problem is definitely he's got two hit counts all around, then his NP gain is much more like a 3-hit counter. So they should really push him from probably 0.6 to like 0.8, do like they did with the Skandar. However, they've already given Astolfo a lot of buff, so I don't know if they'll actually ever do that. He's got a 50% battery, give him a CE, it's fine. Anywho, yeah, that's my thoughts.
That's his thoughts. So thank you, guy who exists, who needs a life, for your question. I hope you found that enlightening. We move on to Wu-Tang Chaldea, who says, what do the two of you do with new grails? Are you actively working on grailing any certain characters at the moment, or are you waiting for the right characters or their inspiration to strike? I've got a couple at 100, and a couple I've grailed to certain benchmarks, 80, 90, etc. But otherwise, I have about 9 grails that I don't have much of a plan for right now, aside from Musashi, if I should get so lucky on a GSSR. Have a blessed day. Lucky has committed to grailing all the Tomamos, but right now he is dying because he has no QP, because he has a fuck ton of servants. Because
yeah,
he spends
grails
too much
are very expensive. I spend mine very slowly.
Right.
How many swords do you have grailed max? 100, 100?
100, 100 too. I have Tamamo and Tamacat. And I have 5 waiting for Tamalancer.
Yeah, you just need the QP. Yeah, so I'm at 3 total. I eventually got enough. It's Mordred, Ishtar, then Aresh, and it'll be Space Ishtar when I get her. I don't say if. Fuck you. When. And that's all my future plans. I gave Medusa 2 grails because she was my major AoE writer through a lot of the game, and she deserves them, and I still use her a lot. Medusa's a decently recurring bonus servant in events. Sorry, I lost a sneeze in there. That's why I sound really weird all of a sudden. But Medusa's a pretty decent one, and like I said, I've used her a lot. She's worth it. Even though now I have like an SSR AoE, you can't go wrong with 2 AoEs. Because, I mean, fuck, it's Drake. Can Drake loop? I don't think she can. She gets a lot of stars, but writers.
No, she doesn't necessarily loop, but she does have a battery, and she does have a skill that gives her MP gain. So if it's not even a full loop, she can probably recharge it after a turn.
Yeah,
or so.
but Medusa has the same thing too. So like having a couple of AoEs is definitely more safe than counting on loop stuff. You need multiple NP levels usually to generate enough fucking damage for that anyway. Or be really, really arts focused like Rider Mordred. Actually, thinking about it, Rider Mordred is the one I should instant 5 because that'll give me a lot more effectiveness in that strat.
Oh man, thinking about it, utility wise, yeah, my Rider Mordred could definitely use a couple grails.
I should probably do that too since I got her. I should grail my summers. I just need the EXPs, which I don't have right now. I believe next on my list is probably Summer Ishtar, and I'll go ahead and add Summer at least to 90, and I'll probably go ahead and add Summer Mordred to that because I should reward her for actually showing up. That's my usual thing. Is I dangle shiny grail tchotchkes, and I'm like, will you come home? I will give you grails, and it's worked so far.
Lucky will assume that Tamamo will start at 80 and probably set aside 7 grails for Tamavich whenever she gets here, plus I need the 5 for Tamalancer, but after that I'll see how many I'm sitting at and think about it.
I know a lot of people like to grail bronzes, and I don't mind either. But also I've been fairly lucky with some units that others, so it's like, Hans, super cool. I used him a lot for early raids, but I have waiver, so while I will use him occasionally, expect him to get a lot of action in Oniland, by the way. I don't necessarily... Very rarely do you need to raw grail for stats. Like, there are sometimes you want to do it, especially if you're running, like, all FP runs. You see this a lot with people who do alt accounts. Don't have time for that shit. Don't have devices for that shit either. But, I don't really find a lot of need to... Like, Medusa's the only non-5-star I've grailed to a higher level because I was like, dude, I like Medusa. She fills a role in my team that I don't necessarily have anybody better for, because I have Marie Antoinette at like NP 4 or 5, but she's very much a healer, not a damage dealer, right? Like, she's a stall heal unit. It's very weird. I didn't need to grail Leonidas. He worked fine. He and Hans worked fine at level 60 to support Jolter. I could give Ravinal Jolter grails. I do appreciate her, but she also came right away, so I don't know. Maybe for that extra attack, she does so much damage. I'm not committing to a full snake grailing. Stena won't get any grails. She knows what she did. I've debated grailing Urale up to 80 as well, because I do like to use her a lot. But also, I don't know if that'll be worth it. Like, I don't want to reward the poor girl, and then the game will be like, hey, we've made 2 male sabers specifically designed to flip the bird to Urale. I'm like, okay, game, thanks. Thanks for that. I'm talking about Sigurd and Surtur, by the way. Surtur, especially because he does bonus damage to Divine Servants, the animal.
Rude.
Very rude. I mean, I don't have an Orion, I don't necessarily need one, but I'm like, I have plenty of good archers anyway. It's weird. I got a lot of decent spread in all my categories. I should actually... Did I just close my app? I did. I should check how many grails I own.
Lucky has his number. He has 18 right now. Because he missed one!
Arcanines. Not. Well, there's always a Actually, wait, no. What did you miss?
No. Chocolate Lady's Commotion.
Do they rerun it? No, I don't think so.
No, there's been no Chocolate Lady's Commotion. They don't rerun Valentine's events.
No, not properly. They only did the first one.
Yeah.
And then they actually realized, like, shit, we need to make this different every year. R.I.P. Lucky's dreams.
Mm-hmm. But I have 18, so 12 of those are going to Tamamos. That leaves me with 5 more, which is an SSR to 100. But again, I don't have anything.
Well, like I said, here's the thing. Like, it took me forever to grail Aresh because it's fucking expensive. It's expensive in QP and expensive especially in EXPs. And Lucky and I both have servant backlogs of people we need to level. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a big commitment. If you're one of those people who doesn't roll a lot, because I would say I don't roll as much as, say, Lucky does, like, banner to banner. But when I roll, I tend to roll. Like, I will throw a lot of quartz away. It's definitely a thing of, like, having extra units. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm opening my app now to check my grails. But that's my immediate plans are probably next time I have a decent amount of EXP. Like, if Gilfest actually gets me pretty squared away with units I want to use on EXPs, I could commit to, because I'm not planning on rolling anybody new for a while, I could commit to grails on Summer Aresh and Summer Mordred. Go to my room.
Summer Mordred does do the good work for me, but I said, Lucky has to think.
She's Mordred, and she's 10. That's all Omega needs to know. I haven't really used since Turvent ended. I haven't really been using Summer Jolter yet. I won't overcommit. She could probably take a couple grails, but I want to actually use her to bully things. What am I doing? Item list. So for people who want to know about Omega, by the way, I should say, I have 290 St. Quartz right now, 590 mana prisms, 4 rare prisms. They're also Thenno. 161 bronze fruits, 375 silver fruits, 450 gold fruits. That's right, you Gilfest tryhards. 450 gold apples. I have 60 crystallized lures. And where's Holy Grails in here? Oh god, I'm gonna end up with a lot of these dumb leftover greebles from this event, aren't I?
Probably.
I have a lot of Ascension materials. I have 14 Holy Grails currently, which is at least 2 SSRs to full 10. And I could chip the 4 for to put Summer, Ishtar, and Mordred to 90 at least. And 5 of those are earmarked for Space Ishtar. That's where they go. God, do I have any super? I don't think I got any future super waifu SSRs right now. So I'm good. I'm going to close my app because I'm running my battery down and I don't have any AP. All right. Next question.
All right. Next question. So, thank you very much, Wu-Tang Chaldea. We're going to move on to Xion. Wait, actually, I got to point this out. A lot of people usually put alias, colon. This person put alia.
Hey, the A and the S key are right next to each other.
They are. Also, there's no space after your colon. How dare. And there's no space after your comma here.
Spaces.
I'm calling you out, Xion, who got their groove back. But they say, greetings, Lucky and Omega. Hope all is well in the world. Well, I don't know if this has been asked yet. This is the first thing that came to mind. Since we don't officially know if this is where the plot is going, do you think one day you can do a Teach Me on Notes?
Probably not, no.
No, not...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, not directly.
Probably not, no. There are some Notes concepts which might come up, but Notes is not Fate Notes, so probably not, no.
No,
much like how I've said, there will be no, Teach Me on Tsukihime subjects. That's not Fate, so...
I can say, at best, we'll probably touch on the types at some point if South America is going where we think we're going, and we might mention some things that might have some relevance to the Gun God, but that's probably about it.
Yeah. There are cameos, and it is after all called Type Moon. There are, the types are a thing that pervade the whole of the setting. Much like, arguably, the beasts probably do. It's just they only show up in Fate so far.
Yeah.
Some of them have mentioned Primate Murder. Talking about his deepest lore. But yeah, no, not directly. I won't do a Teach Me what the fuck was Notes. I know it's not translated, but that also presents me a problem, again, because I can't read the direct source. But also, like I said, it's not Fate Notes, so it's not a direct Fate subjecto. People type in chat.
Maybe. I haven't got Among Us, but it does seem like...
You sure you don't? I'm pretty sure... I think Loth said he sent it to you. You checked your Steam library?
I have not checked my Steam library, so if he did, maybe I don't know.
I don't know if... It's a game series?
Yeah, it's a game series that got popular on the Dreamcast for its open world weirdness and quick time events.
And they kickstarted the end of the trilogy, finally?
Yeah, because Shenmue 2 landed on a big old cliffhanger and then just disappeared for 20 years.
Yeah, they probably ran out of money or something?
Yeah. Whatever, Axe. I don't know. I'm not into Shenmue.
I don't know. Well, it's gonna end the cliffhanger. It's 3. It becomes a trilogy. Who cares? Is it out? I don't care. Whatever.
Nah. Anyway, answering that
It's getting an anime.
Anyway, I gotta check my Steam to see if someone sent me Among Us, so...
I don't know. Among Us Friday could be interesting, but also...
Among
Us is one of those games that I don't know. It's a hidden role game. I don't know if Lucky will like it or not.
Well, I
we
gotta
usually play it
in
a little bit of silence, but also I could totally see you just doing space engineer stuff, walking around, blah, blah, blah. But also you might get annoyed if somebody lies to you and then eats your face.
Well, if lying to me and eating my face is the point, I probably won't get as mad.
It's true. That's the imposter's only job is to sabotage things and eat your face.
Yeah.
Well, we can do some beta tests if Lucky does have it in his inventory.
Yeah. Anyway.
We've managed to faff for an hour and 40 minutes, so let's keep the train rolling.
I was gonna mention something, and
we're talking about notes. We're talking about types.
Yeah, as I said, because of Lost Belt
7.
Lost Belt 7, there has been implications that I will neither confirm or deny, and because of 5.2, I believe there's an object in there that might be relevant to that, but also has relevance to other things. So again, peripherally, we might talk a little bit about things that may have come up in notes, but not, as I said, Mega said, we're not going to have a Teach Me Notes. As I said, that's the crazy thing about the Nasuverse as a whole. There's a lot of overlap in a lot of places.
Yes. Like we did a full Teach Me breakdown on CCC.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because CCC is a Fate work that got a collab event in FGO that was never translated over here. So I was like, okay, I gotta break this down for people. What the fuck was happening?
What the fuck?
Alright. Let's just continue.
We will continue.
Next mail.
So thank you, Shiana, who got the groove back. This next one comes from local men, headpatting Kyo and Ushi. I say that as... Hey guys, as always, hope your week was good for both FGO and life in general. As for my question, what do you believe to be the worst MC? By this, I mean, what MC do you think is useful in the least amount of scenarios, since all of them are useful in some capacity?
I'm going to assume they mean Mystic Codes. I have pulled up the list for future, so we can reference it. I'm going to be honest, that's probably going to depend a lot on people. Like, I know a fuck ton of people who use the combat uniform. I almost never use the combat uniform. I use the Mages Association uniform a lot. I don't hear a lot of people talking about that one, though. Let's see. Let me look at them. Like, all of them have pretty good stuff. I guess the question is just which one you would switch to. I feel like the 2 extra ones I've used the least, but that's also probably because I don't have Tomo, so I can't do a lot of arts meme stuff.
Memes!
But they're all pretty good. Let me see.
Real talk, when this person said MC, I thought they said main character, and I was just like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna say, based on future stuff, I probably see myself using the New Year Mystic Code the least because it's super generic. It's party NP damage for 1 turn, 10% NP gauge and stars, and then increase once of its max HP for 1 turn. I'm just like, okay, that fits in a lot of places, but I'd probably rather use a specialized one. But I don't know. Definitely, like I said, the one I use the least is probably one of the extra ones, but that's also super situational. I think it really depends on people.
I will say I am excited for... I know this ain't the question, but I'm excited for Captain Chaldea. For 1, it looks baller, and 2, does cool stuff.
Yeah, space.
Space!
It definitely does interesting things. I like the 500% chance effect. That means that if you have, like, buff resistance, buff success down or something, it probably still works.
Let's see here. Chaldea Pathfinder is real nice, too, so definitely not that one. Theoretical...
Yeah, we already have the Babylonia one. I'm training that one right now.
Like I said, like, I don't know. If we're gonna go for, like, I don't know, something like I said, Mage Association, let's see, no, that one's fine. Royal Brand is fine.
Like, honestly, the other MC I probably use the least now is the original one, but the original one's really good. I still swap to it for certain fights.
Like, I'm looking at, like, I can't really pick because, as I said, like, usually again, your Mystic Code usually depends on your situation. It really does. What servants you have, what strats you prefer. Like I said, I'm an arts meme user, so whenever I'm looking at things, I'm usually looking for things that give MP damage up, MP up, or arts up. Because that's usually my
shtick. Probably use a decent amount of the extra ones, or the brand new summer one we just got. It's pretty good for that.
Yeah, no, like, the Tropical Summer one, I have it at 9 right now, and I'm like, get to 10. Get to 10.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of, like, I don't use Royal Brand a lot, but I know a lot of people were excited when it came out because it's quick focused. Same with original Brilliant Summer. I don't know. I feel like some people also say that about Atlas. I've definitely used Atlas before. Atlas is definitely a challenge quest type thing. Invul, remove debuffs, skill cooldown. That skill cooldown's very spicy in a challenge run. Again, especially because, like I said, I don't have my own Tomo, so there's very few ways I can get skill cooldown. So yeah, I think the answer to this question is, well, we have our own preferences about what we use least. It's probably really going to depend on the person, because it really depends on what units you have to work with. If you actually have the 2 extra ones, but don't have any good arts servants, you're not going to use them because they're arts focused. Like, very rarely will you go, oh, I want just one of these effects.
And then a lot of the general purpose ones, just, anyone can fucking use. It's like, we're talking like the plugin suit.
I would argue probably the generic ones are probably the least likely to be used, but still have purposes.
Yeah.
Like I said, I feel like I said myself, I will probably use the New Year's one the least, just because it's so generic, but that means it still has uses. I might actually find it useful. Also, it looks cool.
Yeah.
The female version is super floof, because it's got that fluffy mantle thing.
Yeah, and the male version, what's the word? Very elegant? Very hot.
Oh yeah, no, it's very, very classical.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so, thank you, local man head-petting Kyo Inushi, for your question. We're gonna move on to Ozymandias Pharaoh of Zawado. I don't think I give that enough trill, but whatever. Next time. Anyway. Zawado! There we go. That was a good
Tokyo Tomare.
Anyway, they say, Hey, Lucky Meg, it's been a while since I sent a question. Hopefully I make the cut this time. You did! Celebration! Pop streamers! My question is, if you had to form and manage a boy band made up of FGO male servants, who would be in your roster? Anyway, I hope you guys have a good show. Keep up the great work. So, immediately I would say I want Asterios on drums. I want him to have the fattest drums. I think it'd be wild. I think that'd be great. Or he could have tiny drums, and he could just tap at them. I'm like, that's great. I love it.
Yeah, that could be pretty funny.
Wait. Actually, no, I gotta find this. Do we think we made boy band as in, like, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, whatever the
That is
one
typically
is?
what you say when you mean boy band. Yeah.
That's true. Okay, so actually, no. Then, fuck. No, we're gonna just go with all coos.
Yes, correct. The Backstreet Boys.
Yes, all coos.
It's a solid one. It's a solid choice.
Yes. Excellent. We have like what 4 coos? Yeah, we have 4 coos. That's literally a boy band. I think this is why we make the joke.
The 4 Coos. They were also on a CE. In White Day. It was Musketeer themed, but yeah.
Let's see here. If I was to pick another, Karna, Ajina, Ashavatman, and I feel like there was one more Indian male, and I can't remember. Rama. I think that'd also be a great one. Mm-hmm. Look, he has to have a theme with his boy bands. He can't just like throw anyone.
Well, yeah. I mean, you gotta have style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Karna, Ajina, Ashavatman, and Rama. The Baxter Beer Boys. Let me see here. Anyone else that I can? Do Knights of the Round have a boy band?
Not explicitly, but they could. They're shiny.
They could. Let's see. We got Tristan, Lancelot.
Here's the thing. So they talk about that Summer CE, Billy, Geronimo, and Emiya Alter. Those are not a boy band. Like, isn't one of them on sax? Like, they are definitely like a jazzy, spicy band.
Yeah,
like some indie or some old stuff.
Hang on.
Yeah, jazzy. Jazz.
Yeah, like I said, I there could also be a Knights of the Round. Like, literally, we have several of them. We have Bedivere, we have Gawain, we have Tristan, we have Lancelot. Fuck it, Gareth could be in there too. I don't give a fuck. Let's see. Matter of France, we don't have enough. We just have... Yeah, we don't have Charlemagne yet, and we don't have Roland. And...
No, we cannot yet make a Paladin's boy band.
No, we can't.
Hopefully they can do it, because Charlemagne and Roland have fucking art, you animals.
They do. Like I said, Lucky's just thinking about major hero groups.
I mean, it's a good way to do.
And I said, let's see here, Argonauts. Let's see, we have... Actually, now that I think about it, we have Jason, we have Herc, we have Hector. I'm sorry, Hector would not. He's not an Argonaut, but also
not an Argonaut, yeah.
He's not, but he wouldn't be that great. I don't know. Well, let's see here. If we're just gonna if we don't limit it to Argonauts. Let's see. We have Achilles. We have Herc. That'd be something. Maybe we shouldn't use Herc, but Achilles for sure.
Like they wouldn't be. Excuse me. I feel like they wouldn't be boy band. The Argonauts would not be a boy band type. Like they'd be like a classic rock because you've got Atlante, Media Lily in there. You've got Jason. You've got Herc. You've got the 2 Dioscuri.
Let's see. If we're going boy band, though, Achilles, probably, Chiron.
What's a band that has 6 parts? I think I just named 6 Argonaut characters. Somebody would be on Cowbell. It would be Medea Lily's the Cowbell. Or the Triangle.
Oh, yes. No, if it was an idol duo, yes, Bradamante and Astolfo. Clearly, yes. No, I wanted to...
Mozart's just an orchestra in himself.
No, I want to see an Argonaut ska band of them just going wild with that. Yeah, that'd be great. Just trumpets for days. Herc has a tuba.
I'm thinking of the fucking Trumpet Boy memes. Trumpet Boy plays the Attack on Titan theme.
I actually have to look up Trumpet Boy and find out. And I still don't know the story behind the picture. It's just
I don't know why it exists. It's just great.
Okay, so there's a lot of things to think about, but as for boy bands, no. Immediate thoughts is, as I said, the Baxter Boys, India Boys, Knights of the Round Boys. If I thought hard and long enough about it, I could probably come out with some Greco-Roman boys, but
let's not think too hard.
Listen,
just because we have unlimited time doesn't mean we should take infinite time.
Mm-hmm. But as I said, I enjoyed this question. I really did. It's fun to think about. So thank you very much, Ozymandias Pharaoh of Zawado. You guys don't realize, but I totally just stopped time right there. But anyway, we're moving on to
5 seconds.
Cardcaptor Ritska, who says, "What's up, Lucky Omega? How you do? I was wondering what style of magecraft were your favorites and how you two would use it. Have a good day and good luck on your future roles." Favorite? What?
I gotta be honest. As much as I said this last week on our big magecraft dive. The system's pretty deep and interesting. Nobody's really done any, at least openly facing. I don't think any of the major characters we've seen in Fate or even a lot of other works have done a style of magecraft I actually think is that cool or to my favor. I usually like elemental stuff a lot and being creative with that.
Lucky definitely likes like reinforcement magic and probably magic that would lend itself to item creation and whatnot. So probably some ritual magic and some alchemy
probably probably I would say I like Shiro's style of projection and reinforcement the best because I do also like reinforcing mundane objects and stuff like that. But that's also super specific to him because he just is swords. So I don't know if that's fair, but I like swords. But yeah, other than that, I usually like the elemental raw forces style and doing creative stuff with elemental themes and stuff. That's usually a really interesting thing to me when this comes up in the Dresden Files sometimes, but in lots of other systems when you think about metaphysically what is fire, what is water kind of stuff. Like when you do weird stuff like that, I like that a lot, which while every mage has an elemental affinity, I don't think we've seen any major mages who were full-blown elemental-focused magecraft.
Yeah. As for what Lucky would use it for, he'd make cool shit.
Lucky is totally an artificer.
Yes. But I think we don't have to spend any more time on this question, so we will move on. So thank you, Cardcaptor Ritska. And we move on to Mecha Magical Girl Liz. I find it hilarious that we went from Cardcaptor to Mecha Magical Girl. Hey. That just amuses me on a deep level. Anyway, they say, "Dear Lucky and Omega." The Lucky is uncapitalized, but the Omega is. What is this? Am I not a proper noun? Anyway, "Dear Lucky Omega, if you become a pseudo-servant, what kind of servant do you want to be? Likewise, have a good weekend. Smiley face. Space. Period." Actually, no, there's no space in there. It's just because of how the smiley verse is.
Yeah,
okay.
Maybe. Emotes are weird sometimes. Space.
They are. I don't think I think we've had people ask about what news weird servants we haunt and what servants.
We have definitely answered a question or have been given. I don't know if we've ever actually answered any of these questions.
No. I think we've been asked. I think we've been asked what our servant class would be. I don't think anyone's asked us if it would be a pseudo servant.
I feel like the pseudo one has come up, or do you want to be buddies with a deity kind of thing? Yeah, that part I don't know. If we were to just become a pseudo, I think we've definitely mentioned our class type stuff before.
Let's see here. If I was to get fused with a legend from history,
I suppose it does say what do we want to be, right? I would want to be a saber because I like swords. I don't know if that would actually work out for me though. Is there a deity of swords? Is there any god who's said to have created the sword?
I mean, there's plenty of sword-focused deities. I can think of a couple in. There's a couple Japanese ones.
Yeah, but I don't think that there's because this is actually a major aspect of many religions and mythologies is the idea of tutelary deities, teaching gods who give you the knowledge. I don't actually know if there was a deity who was given the knowledge, taught people how to make a sword. I don't know. I could be Vulcan though. That could be interesting. Hephaestus make swords.
Make swords. Let's see here.
Susanoo found a sword.
Yeah.
Susanoo's extra attack should be throwing an exploding horse corpse at somebody. If you don't get that joke, read about it. Mythology, as always, is wild.
Japanese creation myths are fucking wild.
I think I don't know if OSP covers it directly, but I'm pretty sure they have a Misk myth on Amaterasu and the cave, just because it's hilarious.
Susanoo was being a butt, so Amaterasu said, "Fuck this, I'm going to my cave." So everyone had to have a fucking party, and then basically Maker wanted to come out. And then Susanoo
because, keep in mind, Amaterasu is the kami of the sun, so when she went in a cave, there was no fucking sun. God, man. That shit sucks, don't it?
Okay, but I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. I have a lot of servants that I want in game, but I definitely wouldn't want to be pseudo servant. Give Lucky a second. Someone play the Jeopardy theme. Don't actually play the Jeopardy theme though.
I was just about to start humming, but okay.
It probably have to be actually, there are plenty, in Japan there are definitely, hang on, actually, let me check something real quick here. Lucky has to Google.
Well, there's definitely deities associated with rabbits. I mean, the rabbit's a zodiac constellation.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is the rabbit kami in Okami?
Okay, so I remember what it fucking is. Alright, it's Tsukuyomi, which is hilarious, because it's the Japanese god of the moon and strange husband of the sun goddess Amaterasu. And
yeah, we don't, by the way, I've done a lot of research into Shinto. I'm still not sure where that comes from. That guy just exists, and I think in some legends, Amaterasu is just like, I'm tired of looking at you, get it out of my face. And he just has to go hang out in other parts of their house.
But yeah, Tsukuyomi is the god of the moon. And as everyone sees, yeah, rabbits, pounding mochi on the moon. That's the thing. So I guess let me see here.
Yeah, in an Okami, it was Yumigami, the rabbit, because Yumi can mean used for crescent moons and stuff.
Oh wow!
I believe also is there a SMT version of Tsukuyomi? I think he's just a dude wearing a robe full of space.
Yeah. Oh, is this why they pound mochi? I'm sorry, like Lucky hasn't actually looked up Tsukuyomi, but this shit's wild. So apparently, like, I don't know why they're estranged. Apparently, according to this, Tsukuyomi is still pursuing Amaterasu, which is why they have eclipses. Which is how they explain eclipses. Because apparently, Tsukuyomi killed Ukemochi, the goddess of food, because...
That's right, now I remember.
Yeah, because apparently Ukemochi had some weird-ass methods to make food.
Yes, Ukemochi was just the deity who produced food, and she would, like, puke up fish paste. Yeah. And so Tsukuyomi was like, that's gross, how dare you do that in front of me? Die!
And then Amaterasu was
like, yeah.
Yeah, like, you're fucking evil!
You
Get out!
Killed one of my servants, and she made food. Probably because the moon is usually considered feminine.
Yeah. That's easy, like, shoot, like, just think of it, in matter of, fucking Greek or Roman, like, literally there's, like, 3 fucking goddesses associated with the moon.
Yes. Generationally, too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, that's probably why. Classically, if I remember rightly, I don't remember which eye it was, but after leaving the underworld, after that thing with Izanagi went to a stream and did a ritual cleansing, because that's what you do. He washed out one eye, and Amaterasu was born from that. He washed out the other eye, and Tsukuyomi was born from that. And when he washed his nose and mouth, that's when Susanoo was born.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, I guess you're in charge. Bye.
I'm out.
Smoke bomb. And then I'm gonna guess, because she was the sun and was the coolest, they decided that Amaterasu should be in charge. I don't know. She and Susanoo probably had a fight, but he was kind of as the storm god, he was kind of a jerkface. Shocking, I know.
Yeah, but if Lucky was going to be, like, actually, like, the more I look at it, I think Tsukuyomi is actually very on point. Eternally pursuing Amaterasu, aka Tamamo, might be considered evil by some, personification of the night. Actually, no, I think it's actually very on point now. And as I said, rabbit. Like, honestly, if Tsukuyomi was to become a servant, regardless, probably would fucking have rabbit ears.
I mean, they made a Stolfo Saber rabbit themed for no reason. Moon. Yeah, there's a P4. In case people forgot, there's a P4 arena version of Tsukuyomi as well, who's also got stuff. But I feel like the older version, which I said is just a robe full of space, is arguably more iconic. But the P4 version fits in with the rest of the P4 characters. Anyway, we spent a lot of time on that because we love mythology.
I do love mythology. Like I said, I knew of Tsukuyomi, but I just never understood, like, any of Tsukuyomi's myth and legends. Alright, so thank you all for sitting through that. Lucky actually had to do a big thank there. Do a big thunk. So, Mecha Magica Girl Liz, thank you very much for your question. And we're gonna move on to Tomoe Summer's biggest simp in 2 years' time, who is a dude, Electric Boogaloo.
Okay.
And they say, hey guys, hope you're ready for the grind that is Gilfest. Was curious regarding your grail criteria. What servants have the two of you grailed so far? Have a great day. I'm pretty sure we answered
this. We just did this earlier.
Yes, we did.
Good job, us.
Mm-hmm. So, you've probably already heard your answer, so we're going to move on. Thank you.
Scrub back.
Thank you, Tomoe Summer's biggest simp in 2 years' time, who is a dude, Electric Boogaloo. we are going to move on to the guy who's been into ASMR lately, who asked, who FGO servers would be great as a VTuber? Totally not falling into that rabbit hole that is Hololive. I'm pretty sure we also answered this earlier.
Yep. I think I mentioned this before we started, that we might get some dupes, and you were just like, we'll dupe them when we dupe them.
You dupe them when we dupe them.
So we duped. All right.
So thank you, the guy is into ASMR lately. We move on to, hello, guy whose question you didn't answer last week.
Very passive-aggressive.
Very passive-aggressive.
Well, we're answering your question now. Here we go.
Here we go. To my dear oldies but goodies.
Very passive-aggressive.
To my dear oldies and goodies, if at a later point they introduce something like an instant level 100 2K foe server without having to pay either the QP, XP, foes, or grails, and send this to instant final assistant JP for the 4th anniversary for like a month, who would you guys do that to? I'd probably use it for Romulus Queerness.
I mean, that really depends on when they do it. Like, I've already done most of the thing for most of my servants. The cool thing they did, and I don't remember the exact mechanics, but it was like a special exchange. If you had a servant, you could power them up to just their final ascension without needing any of the extra EXPs or stuff. I don't know. I don't remember the mechanics. Somebody who plays JP will learn about it next year. But yeah, I gotta be honest, I already have most of my servants I use. It would have to be a future one, and I don't know who that would be because I can't see the future. Not a future seer. Lucky, your thoughts?
Lucky's like, I'm trying to think, like, I don't know, like, shoot, I would definitely love for it to happen to Kama or King Protea, but that, again, assumes that I roll them. But yeah, like, again, like I said, Lucky tries not to assume that he will have anything. He just tries, I guess is the best word to say. And I'm kind of
That's
in
all we can do in life is try.
I'm kind of in the same boat Omega is. It's like, I have my Tamamo almost at level 100 at almost 2K. Like, I'm just needing more MP levels on her, and then she'll become Tamamo Perfect. That's her official title, by the way.
I think the timing is, they gave you a lot of months to do it. I think the timing might work out that I might be able to use that free 4th Ascension on Space Ishtar? I don't know, though. I might go ahead and use it on, because it'll be around that time. If I get her, might use it on Da Vinci Lily.
Mm-hmm. Well, tell you what. Just hang out and find out. Anyway, so, hello, guy whose question you didn't answer last week. Thank you very much. We're gonna move on to, let's see here. Garu Kohai, best Kohai. Summer BB costumes are for cowards.
Correct.
And they say, hey fellas, quick question for you. Which of MHXA's ascensions do you prefer? All the best on your future roles. Peace.
So I actually posed that this question was actually quite rude because neither of us have MHXA.
Yeah, no. Lucky does want an MHXA, and he does know her ascensions, and his answer is all of them. I love X-Chan. It's why I cry every time I don't get her.
I mean, so 3rd shoots lightning, but 4th has 2 swords.
But her first is super, super cute.
Mm-hmm. And her 2nd is some kind of gym thing.
Yeah. Get sporty. Like, first is cute Skirl Girl. 2nd is cute athletic girl. 3rd is cute Sith Lord. And 4th is dual swords. It's great. It's all great. Okay?
Yeah, honestly, and A has they're both by the same artist, so it's not like a deep cut, but A definitely has much more character to her ascensions than original MHX does, which is MHX is jacket and actually, is that, hold on, I gotta zoom this in. Is that, okay, those are just very boxy hot pants. I was like, is that a skirt? No, she's wearing hot pants, channeling her inner Mordred, but no. And then the 2nd ascension is just thigh highs and gym uniform under the outfit, but you can't see most of it because of the jacket. And then 4th is that, but in space, with really high cut panties, space panties. Now, if you ask about MHXX, now that is a question, sir, because those are very different ascensions. By the way, I actually use the 1st ascension with the space armor, but use final ascension art because space armor is cool. Anyway.
Omega, can I get a pause for a little bit?
Yep, sure. Let's pause them up. Yes, excellent. We only have 2 more. We're back.
All right.
Huzzah.
All right. So, sorry for that little break there. But, so, I think we answered the question. I said, I just love MHXX, and I would spout more about her charms if I had one. So, thank you, Garu Kohai, best Kohai. Some of my BB costumes are for cowards. This next one comes from the guy who doesn't play Five Guys because he'll rage quit.
You don't play a restaurant?
I'm pretty sure they mean Fall Guys. No, it's Five Guys. It's Five Guys. So, they say, morning or evening or what time do you do the show again? Anyways, we all know that Ritsuka...
It's 9 o'clock at night right now.
It's 6 o'clock at night right now.
That's all they need to know. Let us resume.
Anyways, we all know that Ritsuka, due to being around so many servants, became a little off his or her knocker. So, I ask you this. How do you think Chaldea's staff deal with and cope with servant antics? Do you think they've become a little loopy as Ritsuka? May you see a rainbow or something of good fortune or looking himself in the mirror tomorrow. From a guy who doesn't play Five Guys because he'll rage quit. He'll would rage quit.
It definitely sounds like some phone posting.
Yeah, it sounds like some phone posting.
Proofread. Your phone is a liar.
Honestly.
I mean, we've seen a few Chaldea staff members, so.
I'm pretty sure they enter, like I said, while there are some servants who are a little wild and crazy, none of them are particularly, well, I should say that there are some definitely ones that are not, have your best intentions at heart. But usually I feel like those servants probably keep to themselves mostly. Like, I'm pretty sure Shootin' doesn't go around punching the bones out of people. No, she probably just hangs around somewhere, drinks a lot of alcohol, and maybe beats a nuisance to other servants. And we see plenty of servants who actually assist the Chaldea staff. Like, it has been long since established canon that the Chaldea kitchen is run mostly by servants. Like, they came in and thought, this is my place now. We will now cook you food. Eat. So, honestly, you talk about Ritsuka being off of his rocker. I don't think that's because of servants. I think that's just because of fucking Ritsuka.
Yeah, I think that's why they can contract with so many servants.
Mm-hmm.
Is because they're a little loopy, a little weird.
Mm-hmm. So, no, I think servants that are problematic usually probably keep to themselves more often than not, and those who are helpful are just helpful. Maybe they're a little weird, but real talk, let's talk about humans. You don't have to be a servant to be a little bit off your rocker. It's all just good workplace ethics.
My eyes are still a little bit watery.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's probably my horrific sinuses or something. Anyway.
Do you have any thoughts on that, Omega?
No, I think I said that earlier. I think we see how Chaldea staff acts. They're just people stuff.
They're people being
possibly
people.
A little weird. I don't know if servants made them weird, though, considering, Chaldea.
Honestly, this is the staff that decided to take a fucking job posting in Antarctica under a super secret organization.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was getting at. They applied to or got moved to work at Chaldea at, the actual HQ in Antarctica.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's pretty weird.
So, thank you, guy who doesn't play Five Guys because he'll rage quit. This last one,
3 times.
Yeah. So this last one comes from Context Flashing Proto. If the alias isn't obvious, I'll give the context. You can pause the timer if you want. Luckily, there is no timer.
Threw it away already.
Yep. So they say, I was looking at Joji, not because Kirya's VAs, wearing a Kirya costume, and the Rie Tanaka, Kiara's VA, wearing the swimsuit Kiara outfit. And then looking at them, I was bloody livid. Harassing them makes me look stupid. I haven't seen a video where Kotomina or Kiara die, so I don't know where I can vent my rage. Sorry for not getting the context. So, right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you, I still don't get the context.
This sounds like a very weird, specific you thing.
For
talking to the audience member, of course, who sent this question.
So, from what I get from this, you saw VAs having fun, cosplaying as their characters that they portray, and that makes you, as you put, bloody livid. And for some odd reason, you want to see
your only outlets are you have to see them die or yell at the actors? I feel like there's some better outlets than that. Unfortunately, neither Lucky or I is a brain doctor, but I think we got some in the audience.
Yeah. And so, my first thought is here, this behavior, like I said, I'm not a brain doctor, but this kind of behavior seems extremely like what we like to call toxic.
Yeah, I feel like there should be healthier outlets. Like I talked about this earlier off mic. I was saying I would need a less flippant way to say get a life, dude. Because we're doing a show about FGO right now. We don't have any lives, but I feel like I have way too much real life shit that gives me anxiety and agita and psychological trauma to be like I'm still super cut up about fictional characters that I need an outlet on. I'm like, I got other shit to worry about.
Again, just like as what the quote-unquote content is given here, it just sounds like you mad at people who are having fun. That's all it sounds like to me. If it's something different, I don't know, maybe you can explain it in the future mailbag, but honestly, I kind of don't want you to, because I feel like it's not going to go anywhere. So, what Lucky says to you is, finally admitted, is examine yourself and think if this is something you really actually need to be mad over.
Yes, look within. Recontextualize. Ask the question, why are you mad?
Why are you mad?
Ask yourself, do you even need to be mad? And then just don't.
Why are you mad that VAs are having fun cosplaying their characters?
I mean, I'm pretty sure, if I understand correctly, the thing is the proto's mad at these characters existing, and that they haven't ceased to exist. I don't know. Like I said, I wouldn't... Juji Naka is, really cool. I would never sass him just for dressing up at Kirei and doing the Kirei memes. Like, he's an interesting character as much as he's a complete asshole. That's, I talked about this earlier with the Fate Zero question. There's actually a lot of depth to why Kie is such a fuckboy. And it's actually super interesting. But no, this is the thing I was talking about. By the way, I say brain doctors not because I'm like, you need to go to an institution. No, I mean, there is 100% a psychological term for this situation where, you have emotions and feelings, but you don't know what the correct proper context is, and now you're transferring them onto other stuff. Is it transference? It might be transference. I don't know. I only took one psych course, okay? Even though I technically have a bachelor's in a social science. But yeah, no, that's just you probably need to, could be projecting, I don't know. You probably need to examine your life and see what you're doing that, this is a cause of such anger and stress. And I don't know, maybe, like you said, maybe Proto's just exaggerating here, right? Our respondent, they're just exaggerating. They don't, we have people from all over. Maybe they don't understand the context of the phrase "bloody livid." That's actually quite mad. It's a very serious language normally, which is maybe why we're kind of like, I don't get that. Maybe you're only actually really slightly annoyed, but you're just using very emboldened language. I don't know. Maybe it's not that big of a deal. That's why context is important, but I don't know if we've got it yet. Anyway, that's our last mailbag.
That's our last mailbag. We got... Yep. Huzzah!
And, hey, guess what? The show's only 2 hours and 20 minutes in. Not counting editing, because there were some of these made us think. There were some awkward silences in there.
Big thing. So I'm going to yeet this tab.
Solid choice. I will also yeet this tab.
All right.
Okay, dokie. Well, next in my notes, we have Free Talk Zone. Hi, Robin. That's right. It's Free Talk right now.
So, first off, is we have the Fate Zero rerun thoughts. I don't have any particular high thoughts in general. Let's see.
Yeah, I just put this in there as because I didn't know what else we'd be talking about. It's just a thing. I think I mentioned my thoughts earlier of I feel like a lot of people are people were super excited for Summer 3, right? And people are super excited for Gilfest. I feel like there are a lot of people who seem like they're kind of sleeping on this event because, like I said, there's a lot of really good shit in the shop, and I'm getting so many drops, dude. You can get, I feel like I get, 100 coins in some of these runs. It's a lot. It's a fuck ton. You get a lot of currency. There's a lot of things to spend currency on, and I think it's a little confusing. But there's a lot of decent stuff in the store. So I'm just like, nah, this is cool. I like it. It's pretty low. Fuck, some of these maps are 2 waves. I love it. Fate Zero is a good event. It's a good event, and I like it. I have not been reading as much of the story as I wanted to, because I forgot how repetitive the early story is. But I'm still skimming it occasionally, and I'm seeing some people enjoying it again, or possibly enjoying it for the the first time, possibly, because the rerun's about 2 years old, so
it's a little dated.
Game design's interesting, but yeah, so that's our thoughts, I guess.
Yeah. Well, quick question: how many missions are you at right now?
Oh, geez, I don't know. Completed maybe. I think I got the 30 missions complete milestone.
Yeah,
that's the last one I got. We got a long time. This event's going on for a while. It's until the 13th. So we got another full blown week in there.
Lucky's around 31.
Like I said, I've been going on natural AP only. I feel like I'm slacking, but that's also maybe because some people in our community were just madmen and just did it all already. And didn't have other stuff to do. I'm playing a lot of Ghost of Tsushima right now, okay? While still also occasionally bouncing other stuff.
Right. So Lucky's around 31-ish. So he did all right. He did 20. He did 25 or 26 on stream the other day. Power through him.
Yeah.
That's our zero rerun thoughts.
Mhm.
Next up on our list is Near Future and Observation Lens, September.
Yeah, because I realized that we're doing a show at the beginning of a month, and we should actually talk about what's upcoming because we have our perfect clairvoyance.
Perfect.
Spoilers, it's just Gilfest. Okay, not 100%, but they've already announced our version of the Killmeth exhibit banner. That's already happening. That's exactly like it was in Japan. It's just they've changed what it's for. It's for nothing now. They're just doing it. We're not going to get this Fate Grand Order arcade promotion because we don't have arcade over here. And I'm pretty sure they're not going to... I'm pretty sure nobody in our current crisis has been working on a console port of arcade and localizing it. Sorry. I'm pretty sure that's low on their priority list, if it exists at all. Though do please yell about it in surveys. And then the other big thing is... The other thing I think is because it is important to remind everybody, we are 2 weeks ahead usually. Like, sometimes that gets a little weird in the pre-anniversary half of the year, because they usually have to relocate stuff. But no, it's important to remember, we're early, so, the XL0 rerun didn't start until the 5th of September in JP, which it is currently not yet, as of the time of recording this. By the time it goes live, for most people, probably, yeah, but yeah. We're already several days in. And that took up most of the month. It ran from the 5th to the 19th, so the full 2 weeks. So yeah, after that, it's just Battle in New York 2018, aka Gilfest, because it's canonically Gil takes over Nerofest for reasons. So that's a big one. Battle in New York 2018, so that'll be 2020 for us, if they even have to give it a year. They probably will, though. They probably call it Battle in New York 2020, because it's got 2018 in the graphics, so I'm sure the graphics package team will love to rework it. Actually, I can't wait to see that, because I'm going to assume, because it's got Battle in New York in English and then text in Japanese, I'm going to assume it says the same thing in English as it does in Japanese, so I wonder what they'll do.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, by the way, I think we've talked about that before, but that's been clarified in streams. That's still the JP team, by the way, who does like all our graphics redesigns and stuff. So and apparently they have some fun doing it. So that will presumably activate, because the Shuten Raiko banner is just a banner, and the rank up, which I believe the rank up is permanently added. It's not like a limited time thing. That'll just happen and exist for like 2 weeks. We can probably assume Battle in New York will start right away on like the 14th. So what we'll probably see before the end of this month is we might see Interlude Campaign Part 7, which will include new interludes for Ku Alter, Cleopatra, Maeve, Chiome, Penth, Katodanzo, Yanking, and Hozoin. It will also have a Ku Alter and Maeve and Katodanzo and Hozoin banner, because we start to get banners with our interlude campaigns. So if you don't have Ku Alter or Maeve, who I believe are both story locked, hey, there's your chance.
Oh yeah.
But the other big thing is, depending on stuff, they might just go ahead and scooch up Himeji rerun, because hey, again, spoilers, guess what? Next month, October, it's just Halloween and that interlude campaign. It's actually a very sparse couple of months, and then once we hit November, we're gonna go slightly apeshit. Because November is 15 million downloads, Merry Christmas from the Underworld rerun, Sin pre-release campaign, Sin release campaign, though I guess it'll be Chin, because they've already spoiled that for us. They've changed the localization. And then that's it. The part 2 banners, and then we move into December. So I don't know, it's interesting. December is also pretty lean. There's no new events per se, though there are a couple of banners and stuff. So I don't know what they'll do to spice it up, But there was your clairvoyance for basically the rest of the year, because it's actually pretty simple. But most importantly, I am predicting heavily Gilfest will begin probably right away after Zero Axel ends. Just because, though, I mean, they have the KOMF thing running for 2 weeks. They could give us a week buffer. But I expect what they'll do instead is they'll run Gilfest right away, and then they'll do the interlude campaign as a buffer before starting. Let's see, it runs 2 weeks, so let's do some math. Hold on, since we're just killing time. Let's do some math. So Fate Zero ends the night of the 13th, so basically when the 14th starts. So assume that maybe after maintenance, Gilfest starts, that'd go from the 14th to the 28th. So yeah, it'll probably be those 2 weeks, 14th to 28th, maybe 15th to 29th, I don't know. Then we'll do interlude campaign, and then it'll be fully in October, and we'll do October event rerun, and I think they'll probably, and they could start it right away too. They could actually leave it as a gap between the new and old. I don't know if they'll do that. we get weird sometimes. Actually, let me check what the... No, there is a special CE for the first arcade, but they could just give us that. And there is a second arcade promotion event in November. That's just another CE, yeah, so those are nothing. Oh, actually, and those are area check, yeah, that's right. So those are we don't even have the area check function in America. So yeah, they'll probably just do a special login event to get those special CEs. Because in Japan, they required you to go to a place where there's an arcade machine. Yeah, that's another thing is we have to remember that we've got Thanksgiving. So I don't know what they'll do about that in regards to Lost Belt 3. Like, I don't know if we'll start Lost Belt 3 a little bit earlier, and then we'll have plenty of time for Thanksgiving special events to occur over a week or two. I don't know. We'll have to see. That's definitely a clairvoyance topic for later, but yeah. Expect Gilfest to start right after Zero ends, and that will take up most of this month. Until then, nothing new in the news. All right. Lucky, do you have any thoughts or feelings about these predictions?
Not really.
Okay. That's fair. I didn't expect you to. I just wanted to ask, because I talked a lot.
I appreciate.
I will continue talking a lot because I posted the poll today as of the time I recorded this. So, for patrons who know it. Teacher Mega Sensei poll is up. Yes, I was a couple days late, but that's okay. And other than adding what are magic circuits and magic crests, the same topics are Phantasmal Species and Homunculus. That poll is up. Let me go check if we've got any votes. I'll probably get some votes now for people listening live if they haven't started voting already. Let's see who's in the tentative lead. Yeah, it looks like so far follow-up, we've got about 8 votes total. And it looks like Magic Circuits and Magic Crest is leading, so people want the follow-up to last month.
Me.
So yeah, okay. So yeah, that's where we're at. We'll check in with that as time. That goes until I think I set it to probably the 16th to give me a couple weeks, because there's, September's a little oddball in the way it goes. This is the first of 4 shows this month, so I want to make sure to give the poll time to run, but also have time to prep notes. Because we've talked about this before. We don't like to let Patreon stuff, which is usually monthly, run into the next month. And I think that's everything about the show. We've done Free Talk, we've done news, we've done Omega's Hungry.
Ooh. Oh, excuse me.
But yeah, I think it's probably about time to wrap up. Next week, I'm sure we will have some kind of news out of Japan. They're doing like a 5-hour maintenance, and the event will be over, so something will happen. I don't think Japan at any point has a full-blown dead week anymore. Like, they always do something, so even if it's some dumb bait banner, something will happen. Hopefully it'll be something exciting so we can talk about that for hours. Otherwise, I don't know, we'll just do your mailbag again.
Hecking, didn't they have a interlude, not a rank up campaign and a hunting quest not too long ago?
Yeah, we're running out of generic events. They've done it. They did an interlude campaign as well. They had rank ups at the anniversary. They've done a hunting quest. They've done half AP. They did the special banner. So yeah, I don't know what they got. It should be whatever this year's Fez is. We could squeak another rerun. I don't know. They could do the Saber Wars 2 rerun. Bring that back. I expect we'll probably... That technically replaced Halloween as a seasonal slot, so I hope they do that as a rerun before that. But yeah, I don't know what we're doing. I really don't know. There was Battle for New York last year, wasn't there? And that was Super Ishtar leading into the Space Ishtar event, I think. Let me actually check. Yes, that's right. There was Battle in New York 2019, so I don't know. We do something completely different?
Mm-hmm.
We know that they said they have a story event planned for this year. Not a new Lost Belt, not Lost Belt 6, but they have a new story-related event planned. Similar to, OQ, CCC, all that stuff. I, again, don't know when that'll be. Lucky, I think you said off mic, you're thinking that'll probably be in November, and I probably agree. Because even if it's not a Halloween event anymore, we will do probably some kind of event in October as a special event.
Yes.
We will probably get our challenge quest type lotto event, which could be happening right away in Japan, like after summer, I don't know, like we said, 5-hour maintenance. And we'll just have to see what happens. But I don't know if they've got a lot of generic stuff left. Ozfest could be fun. I think it's been a while since Oz got some love. I don't think he's had they probably would be expecting Oz raid-ups with Camelot, but that movie's been delayed, so I think there was that weird Winter Pharaoh thing, but otherwise, Hey, if you have speculation, who do you want to run festival this year? Let us know in the comments. That's right. Engagement shilling. But okay, I think that's the show. Let's wrap up.
Yeah.
A solid 2.5 hours, it looks like. Now, I say 2.5 hours, and you may look at your time code and go, Omega, you're crazy. Remember, this is pre-edit. I'm just throwing shit out here. I'm sure that a decent chunk of that will compact out. I'm always shocked at how much just reducing all silences that are over like half a second to half a second compresses the audio. It's freaky. Imagine if we had a professional editor, like who could actually like trim out all our pause words and stuff. If I can't wait until we can be professionally edited, we will sound like professionals. Until then, please continue to pay us money. Hey, I accidentally slapped my desk. Sorry, desk minus 10 HP. I clapped my hands under the desk, but I got the desk a little bit there in the collateral. So, hey, if you like the show and you're watching it on YouTube, be sure to give it a like if you liked it. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section down below. That link is, as always, down there. Not even a link, it's just a thing. I'm saying the next part, which is talking about joining our Discord. That link is in the description of the video, along with many other helpful links, and on our channel page. You can also subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. You can also hit that bell for notifications, so you can always know when we post a new video or when we stream. I would recommend turning on your notifications and setting to all. YouTube's backend with streaming is being very weird. At least I assume so, because it's making Mr. Meeseeks freak out. He has no idea what we're doing with streaming. And I assume it's YouTube's fault somehow.
Oh. Loth did send me a copy Among Us.
Hey, there you go.
I will accept
Thought
that.
so. Anyway, also, you can join our channel in the join button, or the link in the description. Join our memberships. The more memberships we have, the more emote slots we get, the more emotes we can do. Lucky said he was working on membership badges, so I will assume he's doing so.
It's kind of hard to make an Omega symbol.
That's fair.
I might have to use a generic one. And be like, I totally did not steal this from somewhere.
Just figure out a font and then copy it, maybe. Yeah, just drawing the letter Omega I think would be hard.
Yeah.
Because it's got the horseshoe and the whatever. I've doodled it many a time, and sometimes I fucked it up. Anyway, anywhooms. As I was saying, those are all right there, and like I said, all those things are related to the channel. Do all that stuff, and you can get stuff. And if you're interested in getting some extra stuff, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can get this episode in audio format, downloadable for as little as $1 a month, or about $10 a year, because Patreon now offers annual memberships. I'm probably going to keep shilling that for probably another whole month before I stop.
Mm-hmm.
Just to remind everybody, it's a new feature. Gives you a slight discount. You can pay for the whole thing a year in advance. So it's great if you want to just try out a $1 membership or a $5 membership, $5 level. Just try them out, get stuff. Because at higher levels, you can get access to polls, you can get access to video versions early, you can get access to listening to the show live at higher levels, and on-air shoutouts. So it's a whole thing, and it really helps support us, along with your YouTube views and ad rev and super chats and all that stuff. Lucky, when will we be able to do just super chat streams? Who knows?
I said, I'm working on weird stuff. I think I mentioned it, but I found a voice modulator and it's fun.
Yeah. We're looking to play around. I've actually started looking up how to do scrolling text in OBS, but I didn't go through with it because I realized I didn't need it. But Uno Club will return. I'm planning on buying a couple of Uno DLCs this month. So we're at least going to do the Uno Shadow game at least once this month for a stream for me.
Oh, I can tell you how to do the hacking scroll. Well, with YouTube anyway, I can tell you how to do the scrolling chat because I use it.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it because sometimes there are times when we need new style announcements and feel like because that helps us do promos.
Mm-hmm.
Remind people that they can shill. Because usually when we yell, it's just Loth who gives us money, and then we yell at Loth for giving us money.
We did.
Other people give money. We can yell at you now.
Oh no, Loth! If we're playing Uno, you are more than welcome to join.
Yeah, I think the only thing is that we've got Uno's only 4 people.
Yeah.
But also I don't know when necessarily we'll get all those 4 people. So shit happens. Having backups is fine, just so long as nobody gets annoyed that they don't get let into Uno.
Yeah.
Because there's only so much Unoing we can do. But alright, that's the show this week. Be sure to turn in next week for more Let's Talk FGO. Watch out later, and check out our other show, What's Up? We talk about lots of other things there if you want more of us. Expect more Gacha stuff and more Ghost of Tsushima talk this week, along with maybe some other things. And yeah, we will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.